No, that's the wrong Wi-Fi too. Are we officially live? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Rocking my peers and putting suckers in fear. Making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Give me 1 sec. I'm still always with the technical difficulties with me. How have you guys' week been? I think I'm live at this moment. Either or I'm just talking to myself. Gameweek 8 in the books. Yeah, we're live. And I'm there we go. Yeah. Everybody, welcome. Thanks everyone for showing up, man. How'd you guys do this week? Another pretty fun FPL week. How'd you guys do? Let's see who's all in the chat real quick. Alex, what's up? Alex, okay. I knew you hit the triple captaincy chip, Alex. Who'd you put it on at the end? Did you put it on Son or did you end up putting it on Kane? We're getting that for sure in a minute. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome Alex, welcome Daff, welcome Daniel. Eric Castillo, good to see you back, man, on the stream. I know you've been busy. Yeah, I'm glad you chose Kane captaincy as well, man. Oh, that was. I woke up early to watch that too. I mean, the game started like 4 o'clock in California time. I woke up at 6. I just ran it back. But man, talk about a nervous 80 some odd minutes. Man, a lot of high scores on here. 63, 74, 72. Daff, let's go. Kobe was 74. Dang. Everybody putting on right now, man. Yeah, 60 for Sanaa. Wow. Wilbur, we got a lot to talk about today, man. A lot to talk about. I mean, you ended up putting the triples captaincy on Kane, and oh man, talk about 88 minutes of just being nervous. That's worse than I don't know, what's this movie I'm so intense about? I don't know, Lord of the Rings maybe. Wow, what a week for everybody. Everyone's doing well. Even if you didn't do well, welcome. Let's have some fun, man. So this is my week. I ended up with I'm gonna end up with 72 points after bonuses come in. So a good week for me. But I got some pretty big plans on the horizon. I've talked about it a bit with Wilbur. Also, on a side note, I'm starting a Discord if anyone wants to join. Just Discord from this YouTube so we could talk about FPL or whatever on the side so we don't have to wait till the day before the deadline to ask them questions or anything. But I will be starting a Discord. I'll try to put it in my video. I don't know when I'll try to do it. But anyway, dang, very active today. Welcome, everybody. What a week. Yeah, so I ended up with 72 points. So much to talk about. First off, Robertson, what am I going to do with him? We had Kane, who was just the most nerve-wracking 88 minutes of FPL life. And to be completely honest, I don't know how good the Spurs have looked. I guess we'll get into that in a minute. Daff's rank jumped 700k. Whoa. Oh, that's right. You had a bet going on for captaincy pick? Jeez. 80 for Ziyech. Ziyech, well done, man. Here for the second time. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you returning, man. Thank you for coming back. Hopefully it'll be entertaining this time around, too. Or this time around first. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I get to everybody's comments. Eric Castillo says he was sweating before that Kane goal. 74 this week with bonus. Woo. That's going to be a nice green arrow for you, too, Eric. Let's go. Oh, that Kane goal. He had... The whole game, it was almost like... West Brom were playing well. Like, as an FPL fan, I was glad Kane scored that goal, but as a fan of the Premier League, I almost kind of wanted West Brom to pull it off and come away with the result, but talk about sweating that one out, man. Kobe benched Martinez and Vestergaard. Oh, who'd you end up starting instead? Because didn't you have McCarthy? He got 6 points too. I'm assuming you had Matt Ryan got 6 too. Who'd you end up starting instead of Martinez? Mr. Enigma, welcome back. I ended up with 72 points after the bonus. I got lucky I chose the right captaincy this pick with Kane over Son. Got a bit lucky there. Son had a great opportunity that just took maybe one too many touches and just waited for the defenders to kind of collapse on him. But yeah, I ended up with 72 points after the bonuses if they stand. And Grealish was so close to coming away with another assist if it wasn't for that offsides call. And another goal line clears for Grealish, man. Oh, man. Controller player, welcome back. What do you think about the idea of getting rid of Kane and Son and bringing in KDB and Martial? I mean, to be completely honest, I guess I'll start talking about it now. I don't know how good Son has actually looked for 3 game weeks now. If we look at his stats real quick, I'll see if I can pull it up. without making the screen look too miserable. Oh, whoops. It's like, he had 3 shots today, which is less than I would expect him going up against West Brom. But against Burnley, he didn't look that good. He came away with a goal off a corner that Harry Kane flicked, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, he looked like he was a bit lost in the game. All fairness to Burnley, who played really well defensively that game. Brighton had Spurs kept in check. I don't think so. Essentially, I don't think Son's looked that good for 3 games now. But he still come away with some points in that one. So as far as you dropping, KDB, or dropping Kane and Son to KDB and Martial, and they have a really tough run of fixtures, I'm not against that, man. I mean, Martial for me is a bit of a... I'm not the biggest Martial fan. He did miss that one opportunity. It was a really good look. I mean, he had to get it off his feet really fast with his left. But I'm not the biggest Martial fan if you've been on the stream before, and I always hope he proves me wrong. I want to see him do well. But I'm not against that move at all. Mr. Enigma, 72 points. I think that takes me to 290K. That's so sick, man. It's 290K. You're really working your way up the tables right now. Dang. We got some really high scores today. Wilbur with 81 points. Wilbur putting in work. You got Ziyech on your team, I'm assuming, right? We talked about him a lot. We're going to talk about him here in a minute. Daniel, what are my transfer plans? Okay, so as of right now, I have a few transfer plans in mind. If you watched my stream last week or my team selection video, my plan was essentially to get rid of Robbo and drop him down to like a 5.4 or less defender, and then switch out Son for KDB. And that still is an option, but because maybe, and it might be like, I might double up on City and go with Joao Cancelo and just hope that he continues starting, because he's creating so many opportunities, so many attempted assists he's getting every week, and City's defense looks really good. Even against Liverpool today, even though they did, my camera's about to go off. Even though they did get stretched out at times, City, they're so good up against Liverpool, and I think they look good. There we go. And the run of fixtures look good, so I might go with Joao Cancelo instead of Robbo. Or I might go to, I can't afford Diaz, so he's the cheapest City defender that I can afford that I really like. If I don't go him, I don't know, maybe Cresswell, maybe drop down to like Kyle Walker-Peters, and then put Son up to KDB. If not, I'm going to transfer out. What was I planning on, Wilbur? I know we talked about it. Off the top of my head, it was dropping Robertson down to. Oh yeah, we're dropping Robbo down to Joao Cancelo, and then dropping Son to Ziyech. And at that moment, I would just have 3.4 mil in the bank that I could have the week after. And so if James Rodriguez still isn't playing well, I can upgrade James to Bruno Fernandes. I would want Bruno for the West Brom game. I can find a way to... I'm still trying to find a way that I could go James, maybe not James out, but I want to bring in Ziyech and I want to bring in KDB, and I'm just trying to find the funds to do it. Because honestly, I like most of my team right now. I have no complaints with all my team. I still have Kilman on the bench who can come in if fixtures are right. He started 2 games in a row now, which is huge. So essentially, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring in Ziyech and KDB, and I'm trying to decide which one I want in most. And I'm dropping Robbo, most likely. I could drop Kane, and if I drop Kane, it would really allow me to go 5 in the mid, and I'd have James, Ziyech, and KDB. I'd probably have to take a -4, which I don't want to do anymore. And I don't want to drop Kane because Kane's scoring he's like 80% of the goals he's involved in for Tottenham right now, and I really want to see how he performs against big squads coming up. So I'm not tempted to drop Kane just yet. Alex on 64 with 11 bonus points. Woo! And then -4. That's still good, though. 64, what is that? 75, 71 points? Yeah, that's huge, Alex. Dang. Good week, man. Now, hopefully that'll get a green arrow. We can really get rolling after international break. Is Martial a good option or not? I don't think so. I mean, I hope he proves me wrong, Martial. Let me go make sure I check his stats out real quick from yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Shout out Laz. I don't know if Laz is watching right now, but Laz decided to captain Bruno Fernandes instead of Son, and man, it paid off. That's not Martial. That's definitely Son. Please refresh. You ain't refreshing. Yeah, I'm just not the biggest Martial fan. That's my only thing, and I really wish it would change to him. I don't know why it's acting up right now. I don't know what his stats were yesterday. I don't know how many shots Martial had. There we go. It finally clicked. So again, 1 shot. So essentially, he's averaging 1 shot a game right now, and that's just not good enough for me. This United squad are really lacking creativity moving forward outside of counters. And so if you want to go for Martial, you think he's a good option, go for it. I mean, there are worse players to go for than Martial. But for me, I'd rather either upgrade. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of Martial, I should say. I benched Mings and ended up choosing Zuma instead of Kufal. You made the... It's hard to say you made the right choice, but I would have made that choice like 99% of the time. A Chelsea squad that's looking really good going up against a Sheffield squad who can't score, and Tyrone Mings going up against Call Tyrone. Man, I should have used that joke. Shout out Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu? Yeah. Great song, man. But Mings, I think... who would have started him against Villa? You know what I mean? Or not against Villa, against Arsenal. So I don't know. That's just unfortunate. As the infamous Nathan Bacon would say, unlucky. Terrible Welsh accent, forgive me. 71. Sanaa with 60 points without bonus added. So you might come away with in the mid-60s. That's still a great week. I think the average is like 45 overall. So you're still coming up with a good green arrow, most likely. I have a $9 million budget for a striker. Who should I get? I would like to see the rest of your squad before I really decide that. You could go like if you don't have Grealish, you go Ollie Watkins. He looks really good. Obviously, he scored a brace today. But before that, he was like, Ollie Watkins is among the top players in non-penalty expected goals per 90, and it looks like he's on penalties. So Ollie Watkins looks like a good option. You could just use that funds to really upgrade somewhere else in your mid, maybe, or even another striker. 9 mil off the top of my head. Danny Ings is hurt. I don't like Jimenez at the moment. Callum Wilson, I think their schedule is all right for a little while. Off the top of my head. Bamford's schedule doesn't look that good moving forward. Maybe Antonio if he gets healthy. I'd probably just drop down and spend that money somewhere else, if I'm being completely honest. Average is 55. Never mind. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ziyech looks... we're going to talk about Ziyech here for sure. I want to get through these comments that I'm already way behind on. There's your chance for a shot there, Alex. The Ziyech looks phenomenal. I liked him when he was playing for Ajax, the little that I was able to see him, because I couldn't, Ajax are never really on television here in America. And so the little I was able to watch him these past few seasons, I thought he was phenomenal. And now he's here and he's proving it for Chelsea. And he looks, I don't want to say even better than he was at Ajax, but he is wasting no time getting used to this Premier League. And he looks phenomenal. I mean, he's everything that, I don't want to say everything, but so much of what Chelsea are going to do are going to be through him. He's almost I don't want to say a talisman, but he's going to be a lot like Grealish, a lot like James, a lot like a KDB, to where their success is not maybe dependent on him so much because they have a lot of good players around him. But if he's playing well, man, it's hard to beat. His deliveries are incredible. He's so aggressive. He had 6 attempted assists yesterday and 3 shots. That's crazy numbers. I can't wait to get Ziyech in my team. I talked to Wilbur about it, and I was trying. I wanted to wait a little bit because I made the mistake so much in the past, getting on a player who's not proven in the Prem or even healthy just yet. And so I kind of want to stay patient about it and make sure that it wasn't like a one-game fluke he had last week. And no, I'm all in on Ziyech, man. All in. Mystery Enigma's next 2 transfer plans are Game Week 9. Stevens to Ziyech and Son to Bruno. Fantastic. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I mean, Bruno is definitely looking mighty tasty for that West Brom match. And he was probably the outstanding captain too, right? Let me look at the fixtures real quick. Chelsea play Newcastle, but that's a Saturday morning game if you're not feeling comfortable with that. Liverpool play Leicester. Leicester is still a good squad. Spurs, City, Arsenal, Leeds. Yeah, I feel like if you have Bruno Fernandes, he'd be the no-brainer captaincy pick for me next week if you could pick him up or have him. I think Spurs' schedule in Europe is making them look a little flat in the league. Maybe so. I mean, they were playing so many games at the beginning of the year. It was almost like, I think, was it Ole talked about it? He was saying in his press conference how tired these players are physically and mentally. And from the time that I was playing back in the day, when you're all gas, no brakes, shout out E40, it just takes a toll on you after a while. Sure, it's awesome for a minute, and you're just going, and you get in the zone. But after a while, it almost just becomes so... You just need a break. You just need a refresh. KDB said it a few weeks ago. Sometimes you just need to take a couple... Maybe not a couple weeks off, but take a little bit of time off and refresh. And maybe that's just the problem with the Spurs with Tottenham. Maybe that's the case. Also, Alex Morgan played her first match this weekend for Tottenham's women, so Tottenham looked good this weekend. Yeah, Bruno is so satisfying. He's incredible. He's their dude. The only thing going against me for bringing in Bruno is trying to bring in De Bruyne, and I'm just going to be constantly battling between myself which one to go for. Let's see. Totally agree with you about Son. Yeah, he just hasn't looked as good as he has. I mean, his shots two per game, his goal conversion rate is off the charts. I mean, every time he's shooting, he scores. He's got the Midas touch right now. He's got the Drizzy Drake on any track, any feature, the J. Cole on any feature. Anytime he's on any song, he's killing it. But he's just not, maybe not Drake, because he is on everything. I don't want to compare him to Andre 3000. That's a bit unfair to anybody. Who's an artist that comes out every once in a while? Maybe like Q-Tip? Anyway. Don't get Martial, another regret of mine. And yeah, KDB looks like an insane steal. Keep it on the down low. Or, Kobe. Sorry. I like to say KDB. Who did Kobe talk about? Yeah, Martial... taking that -4 to bring out Son, to bring in Martial. Maybe I'm so jaded because of that. Maybe that's why I'm not the biggest Martial fan. Maybe I'm just too biased. I swapped Seiss out for Kane last night. I think that's a good call. They have 3 really good fixtures here in a row, and Seiss is just... I mean, I've talked about on the stream, I didn't think the competition was over for that left center back spot, and I still don't think it necessarily is, but 2 starts in a row for Kilman is not looking good for Seiss owners, and with the schedule they have, peace, man. Sanaa says, I'm going to do Son for KDB, love it, and James for Fernandes or Mahrez. I'd rather go with Bruno. Mahrez, it just seems like Pep just has a thing against Mahrez. I don't know what it is. Are there any City fans here? I really need to talk to some City fans. Because I love Mahrez. He brings so much to the table. But Pep just seems just to have a bit of a vendetta against him. Let me know if there are any City fans here. I want to talk about Mahrez more. You also want to go Kane for Aguero. The only problem with Kane for Aguero is Jesus starting. And I don't know if Aguero will get so much time. But, my camera! But Aguero is one of those dudes. If he's playing, he's scoring. And so you're gonna have, like, in my opinion, if I could tell the future, it almost seems like Aguero will play 1 week and he'll get a brace and everyone will be super hyped about him, and then he won't start for like the next 2. Maybe they might save him more for Champions League, depending on how quickly they wrap up Champions League, and maybe they'll go all out for Premier League for a little bit. I don't know. But he's also injury prone, and their game's so back to back. I don't see someone in that age with that type of injury record for the past couple seasons really playing consistently. That would be my worry getting in Aguero. And DCL for Antonio. If Antonio is healthy, get him. Keep Bamford. Bamford looks good, especially look at his fixtures, I think in game week 12. Yeah, look at that. Fixtures come game week 12. Of course, he has Arsenal, Everton, and Chelsea, so those are really tough matches, these next 3. But after that, man, Bamford's looking like, yeah, quite the player. It's just hard to watch him when he misses so many chances from time to time. Are we worried that Cancelo may be a rotation risk for some games once Mendy comes back? 100%. 100% worried about that. My only thing is, I think for me personally, with having Kilman on the bench, if Cancelo doesn't... Kilman isn't guaranteed to start either. It's a huge worry. It's such an unfortunate. Let me look at his stats real quick. I think I said this on my stream on Thursday, that I was watching FPL Wire, I was listening to FPL Wire podcast, phenomenal podcast, by the way. And one of the things that he said was Cancelo created the most opportunities as a defender for City since 2012 in one half against Sheffield. So in one half against Sheffield, he put in work. Let me go to him real quick. But look at his stats real quick, if it'll refresh, because that's not Cancelo. There we go. Dude's averaging 3 attempted assists per match when he plays. 3 attempted assists per match from a defender is pretty decent. Add to the fact that City's expected goal against is, I think, the best in the league right now. So their defense is really good, even though they gave up 1 to Liverpool today. Their defense is really good. They might be a little fickle, but their fixtures are good. He's creating a lot of opportunities, getting so high up the pitch. I bet his heat map is looking... Actually, do you guys want to look at that? I'm going to look at that real quick. I want to see his heat map. Let me go to Cancelo real quick. Because if I'm not mistaken, he played as a... what's the Real Madrid score? 4-1. Let's go Valencia! Woo! Sorry any Madrid fans here. I'll keep it unbiased for the rest of the time. Where are we at? What was I saying? Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, Cancelo played as a winger sometimes for Juve. But again, it's just that rotation. Yeah, can you see that? That's his heat map from today, so it looks pretty good. That's just from today against Liverpool. I don't know what his... Can I go to his season? Yeah, that's his season heat map. So his season heat map's looking pretty tasty, man. That's a double stuffed Oreo. That looks good. So I might just go... So his potential is off the charts, but it's just... Is he going to play enough for me to want to have him in my squad for 5.4 if you can get Diaz for 5.5? Bro, you need Southampton players. I do. Southampton stopped the count. They were at top of the table yesterday. It's just... My only question is, who do I bring in? You know, like if Danny Ings was healthy, he would probably be in my squad this week. But the problem is just, I could go like I think I said it earlier. I could swap out Robbo for Kyle Walker-Peters, and it would allow me a lot more funds to be able to bring in, because then I could bring in Ziyech and De Bruyne. Maybe that's what I do, because their defense looks pretty good. I'm thinking of Mendy to McCarthy and Rodriguez to Ziyech. Mendy to McCarthy. I mean, if that's what you feel, go for it, man. It will allow you to triple up on or freedom for Chelsea assets in the future or anything. I like Mendy personally, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. Hamas to Ziyech. I'm thinking about that too, but the only problem is, like, look at Hamas's next matches. Like, he did have 0 shots and 0 attempted assists yesterday against United, so that's super concerning, and it's going to be something on my brain for the next 2 weeks for international break. But his fixtures are Fulham, Leeds, Burnley. Fulham are not good, and Leeds are the bottom of the table right now for expected goals against. So there's a lot of opportunity for Hamas to come away with returns, and so it makes me concerned about dropping him for Ziyech. But in 3 weeks' time, I think Rodriguez is gone for me. But I'm not against that, man. I like Ziyech a lot. I also like Hamas a lot. Get rid of Spurs player. They're gone. The only one I'm keeping is Kane, just because I want to see how he plays against big squads. I don't know. Because I could hold him for the City match and really watch that match. And if he looks really good against City, or he's still getting shots off, then I could keep him. If not, it'd be an easy switch for me to switch out Kane for De Bruyne. I think I would have to take a -4, depending on my transfers I make this week, because I have 2 free transfers right now. But that might be the way to go. Because then I'd have a midfield of Grealish, Salah, James Rodriguez, Ziyech, and KDB, and up front would be Bamford and DCL. Probably switch Bamford to Antonio in the future. Anyway. But I really want to see how the Spurs line up against top tier squads. Let's see. Will, what's up, man? Happy Sunday to you too. Hope everything's good. How's life? Everyone, you doing all right? Hope so. Hope you had a green arrow today too. If not, come enjoy the party. Alex, I'm not in a rush to get rid of Spurs. Not to the point I would take hits. Yeah, I don't know if I would take a hit for it, because I don't know. It all depends on who you're going to bring in. Like, I'm a big fan of hits. If you've ever watched this channel, like if you were to drop Son and bring in Bruno Fernandes and captain Bruno against West Brom, I think that's worth the hit. But I'm not. Again, I just want to see what the Spurs, how they line up against City next week. Okay? Or is it Chelsea they play next week? I'm still concerned on this game week. City this week, then Chelsea, then Arsenal, then oh my gosh. Oh no. That's a lot of red. I don't have a joke for a lot of red yet. Wilbur says Ziyech's left foot is blessed. Oh, dude. So, you know how sometimes lefties in sports just make things look so beautiful? Like if you ever watch baseball, Ken Griffey Jr. is left-handed, and watching him swing the bat was just poetry in motion. That's the same as Ziyech. And all the time, I have that little vine back in the day when he was switching a pass to Ajax cross field. If you ever seen that, I wish I could bring it up here without getting booted. But yeah, his left foot is phenomenal, man. Wilbur then says Ziyech does what KDB does for most of the time, plus City rotation, and Ziyech is nailed. Yeah, that's the thing. Ziyech is nailed on. He's $3 million cheaper than KDB is, $3.4 million cheaper than KDB is. So that can allow me a lot of fun to do other things. And Ziyech is on... Dude, his corners are just... Everything he does is phenomenal. Ziyech is the man. Ziyech is the man. I might be a little overhyped. I don't even want to say it's a knee-jerk reaction because if you watched, even if like my preseason video, I had Ziyech in my squad in before he got hurt. I'm all about Ziyech, man. He is a dude. James Brown, Southampton players equal points. I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm behind. I'm really behind. There it is, Alex. You can drink again. Yeah, Southampton players. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dad, for you here, FPL Swan. If I'm not mistaken, they're top of the league in most points scored this season. FPL points. I'd have to double check that. Actually, let me look it up real quick. FPL Swan sent that to me on Twitter. I think it was him. And I think is this against? Yeah, this is against. Never mind. He sent me the one against. Dang. I saw it earlier. Anyway, Southampton players, man, they're balling out. Shout out Shea Adams, performing well. I think when I was watching that match, I was incredibly impressed. Let me go to make sure I'm one sec. Let's see where we at. Yesterday's match, right? Southampton. No, was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. Sorry. Yeah. When I was watching, okay, so Shea Adams looked really good. Kyle Walker-Peters obviously came away with 3 bonus points. And in my opinion, I thought Theo Walcott looked really good. He looked active, man. All right, let's catch up on some comments. I say that so much. Drop Son and bring... That's where I'm at, right? Yeah, I agree, James. Southampton players are balling out. Maybe it's time... Maybe I just drop Robbo to KWP and really go back to that cheap defending outlet. Because he's just putting in work. Let's see. Drop Son and bring Sterling, De Bruyne because they have amazing fixtures after next game. Yeah, that's the thing. I want a City player so bad in my squad, a City attacker. The hardest part is just who. I don't know if Sterling is a way I want to go, and so it might have to be KDB. But everyone else, like I don't want Mahrez. He's just not getting involved enough. I think he's out 3 straight matches, if I'm not mistaken. I don't like Torres. Gabriel Jesus could switch with Aguero anytime. My camera. He can switch with Jesus at any time. Gundogan, good player, not for FPL. So really, the only player I want is KDB. But with those fixtures, man, I gotta get him in, and he's still like 15% owned, maybe less. And so I'm trying to figure out a way that I could bring in KDB and Ziyech into my squad tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. I have 2 weeks. But, me names. 66 with 5 bonus points. Can't talk. 66 with 5 bonus points. Incredible week for you. Man, we have a lot of high-scoring players in here. Well done. Southampton players. I need them. Again, Shea Adams looks good. I was super concerned with how they would play without Danny Ings, and they were not missing a beat, man. They looked good. Maybe that's what I do. I think preseason or like game week 1 or 2 I had 3 Southampton players. I don't know. Anyway, they look good, man. Shout out the Saints. They do go marching in FPL wise. Alex, I only took Martial in because there was no other options in that price range. I didn't have faith of Watkins, Bamford, and that backfired. Yeah. Bamford is one that a lot of people, I think on Twitter, on like game week 2 or 3, his price rose. And I remember everyone on Twitter, or at least a lot of people on Twitter, were saying, look at all these casuals picking Bamford. He's not that good of a player. They're just picking him because he's scoring points in the first 2 game weeks. And everyone was laughing like, I guess that gives me a green arrow. And here we are 7 game weeks later, and Bamford is still balling out. And Leeds look pretty good, even though they're a little lower on the table than I would expect them to. Offensively, that is. Wilbur. Spurs have been winning by a goal for the past 2 weeks, but Chelsea have scored 3 or more in the past 4 games, so meaning Ziyech gets something from it, plus clean sheets. That's right, he does get clean sheet points too. Yeah, Ziyech, I think if I put on my Nostradamus hat, I think I would predict myself that to no question bring in Ziyech this international break. I think it'd be dumb of me. Is that my stream Wi-Fi or is that my phone Wi-Fi? I'm assuming it's my phone Wi-Fi. Looks like it's lagging a little bit. I hope it's my phone Wi-Fi. Yep. All right. Cool. Yeah. Ziyech is in my squad. Period. End of discussion for me. It's just I'm just trying to figure out how I do it. Maybe I just drop Son right now and get rid of him. Should I do a live stream transfer? I would need to put on Outkast though. I can't do it without Outkast. Let's see. You spend a little bit too much money on your defense. Yeah, I just wanted to hit leg day, man. I think I was trying to. I'm still trying to figure out FPL and what works best. And I wanted to have a strong defense. I really want to hit leg day this week. And so I decided to go with Robbo Chilwell, just so I can, ironically, so I can get a lot of points. And Robbo did the exact opposite for me. He's been killing my squad. So Robbo no-brainer is gone from my squad. Done. I think I talked about it last week, that he was just there just in case. And I was a little scared to drop him. And so I kept him in my squad for the time being. And now that and I was going to get rid of him anyway for KDB, but he's gone. I agree, Will. Daft, tempted to take a -8. Do it. I got to really... All right, let's catch up on these. Yeah, what are you... let me see your squad. I want to see your squad again, Daft. I'm going to go look at it on Twitter here in a second. A -8, that's huge. But if that's what you got to do to fix out your squad a little bit, maybe that's what you do, especially with how many fixtures are flipping. John, what's up, John? Welcome to the stream. How was your weekend? What's your favorite musical artist of all time, John? Let's see, Will. Pronunciation. Ziyech? Is that how I say it? Ziyech? I thought someone said it was Ziyech or Ziyech. I only say Ziyech because I asked one time on my videos how to pronounce it, and someone said it was Ziyech. But if it's Ziyech, I'll say Ziyech. Or maybe I'll just YouTube it after this and see if he says how to say it. So if it's Ziyech, I'll run with Ziyech for now. Will Ziyech keep his place when Havertz is back? Yeah, no question. Havertz is a cam. He's more of a midfielder. And so Ziyech... there I said it again. So Ziyech will probably play most likely on the right wing. If Wilbur's here, he can comment on that more. But Ziyech is nailed. He ain't going nowhere. The only way that he doesn't play is if they had so many games they decided to rest him for Champions League or something. In my opinion. But yeah, there's no way Ziyech... At this moment, he's one of the hottest dudes in the game. Would have like 75 plus points if didn't free hit. Got 58 from a... Oh, that's rough. Dang. You would have had 75 plus if you didn't... Oh, that free hit. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. That's tough. That's tough, Patrick. That's just how FPL goes sometimes, right? Dang, that's rough. Oh, that's... Yeah. Next week, we'll have a great week. Let's say that. Kobe, can you go help managing my team? Kobe, you go to help and managing team, and it tells you there. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. You were replying to something earlier. James Rodriguez is Ziyech, good or bad? I don't know. It's hard because James didn't look that good yesterday. He had 0 shots, 0 attempt assists, but United did look better than Everton, and they deserve the points in my opinion. So, was it just a one-game thing? Was he just recovering from injury, so he wasn't fully back yet? I still like James Rodriguez in the future, specifically because he has Fulham next, and then he has, Leeds and Burnley? Is that what it is? I really should memorize this. I've talked about this a little bit here. But again, if that's what you feel like you need to do it. Because, I mean, look at it this way. Ziyech scored more points this week than Son did, and Son was playing West Brom. Son was captained by so many dudes. Or so many people, sorry. So... a lot of people going into this week would have said, you're picking Ziyech over Son. That's a bit of a Top Gun move there, and it paid off. So if you feel like Ziyech is the way to go over James, do it. But for me, I might hold off for 1 week or so. I'd find another way to bring in Ziyech. I was going to call mine Massive Cock. Oh, yeah, that'd be... I don't know if I should say that on the stream, but that is funny. Brian, which forward would you get for Kane? It all depends on what I would do with the funds. And so if you were completely complicit with the rest of your team, Jamie Vardy I think is still a good option. I feel like a lot of people are overlooking him just because he scores a lot of penalties, but he's scoring a lot. And he's of course their talisman. I haven't looked at their schedule, but in my opinion, because Ings is hurt, because Martial hasn't looked that good, because their fixtures do flip. But, yeah, I don't like Jimenez. Let me go to it real quick so I can give a better answer without just off the top of my head. Because off the top of my head, just go to forwards by price just so I can look at it. Yeah, so I maybe you might go Werner. Maybe Werner. I mean, Werner scored, he scored or assisted in almost I think it's, what is it, Wilbur? I think we were talking about this. He scored or assisted in like 10 of his last 12 or 13, or 10 of his 13 games or something like that. And so he has a really good goal involvement ratio right now, even though a lot of people are kind of talking down on him a little bit. He has a Newcastle team this next week. He has a decent run of fixtures for the next 5. If Pulisic comes back, he will go up top most likely, depending on Tammy Abraham, but I'm assuming he'll go up top again. He's on penalties. Maybe go Werner. If you don't go Werner, I would probably just say dropping down to someone lower price. I'm assuming you own DCL or Richarlison for these next few matches. If you don't, maybe one of those 2 guys. But maybe Wilson, if he's healthy again for next week. Dang. Ollie Watkins looked really good these last few weeks. He has a really high non-penalty expected goal per 90. Bamford looks good. Maybe if Antonio's healthy. So if it were me and I was looking for a Kane replacement, I'd probably drop down to a super low tax bracket. Drop down to like an Ollie Watkins, Shea Adams, Bamford, Antonio, and use that funds to really bring in maybe like a KDB or something, personally. Opinion. Kilman, I like. Zuma, I like. Chilwell, I like a lot. I love Chilwell. Double up on Chelsea defenders. Okay. Salah, Zaha, Son, Grealish, Werner, Kane, DCL. Any changes? Maybe try to bring in a City asset for the great run of fixtures in 2 weeks. I like your team a lot. I think it's a really good squad. Maybe try to get Zaha out. Oh, you already have 3 Chelsea players. I don't know. I like your squad a lot. I think it's really good. I would be very observant for how Kane plays these next against City, and really be able to see what I would want to do with him. DCL, I'd be maybe not prepared to move on from him in a few weeks, but that's probably what I would say. Maybe drop Son for, I don't know, see if you could bring in Bruno or something. Maybe Rashford, off the top of my head. But I really like your squad. It looks really solid. Ooh, where are we at? Alex, that is a hilarious comment. My camera? Alex, that is a hilarious comment. I don't know if I should say that on my stream, but it is absolutely hilarious. Wilbur, Pep just loves rotating and not being so predictable, I think. That could be it. It makes it really hard to game plan if you're an opposing team. You know, not knowing exactly who you're going to be going against. Are you going up against Mars this week? Maybe Torres, maybe Sterling, maybe Bernardo. So that is the mind games played by managers is definitely a real thing. Maybe that's what it is. Sanaa says, what about Kane for Vardy? I think I just talked about that, right? I really like Vardy. I think he's getting into... I mean, we all know how good Vardy's been for the past, 5-6 years in the Prem, whatever it is. He's being a bit overlooked because of how many good other options there are for forwards, especially cheap. But, again, he's getting a lot of goals this season. He missed a penalty today, but he also scored one. Let's see. He's on 60 points through 8 game weeks. So what is that? 7 points per match right now. Incredible. His run of fixtures are... He has Liverpool next, so that's tough. But then he's got Fulham, Sheffield, Brighton, Everton. I expect him to score in 3 or 4 of those matches, to be completely honest. I like Jamie Vardy moving forward. It all just depends. I hate saying it, but it all depends on what you would do with the extra funds if you were to drop down to, say, Bamford, Antonio, if healthy, Shea Adams. Is Grealish getting bonus points? I don't think so. I'll double check right now, but I think he was off of bonus points. It is Watkins, Target, and Barkley getting bonus. Also, phenomenal cross by Barkley. First time left foot, across the box, straight onto Ollie Watkins' head. What a thing of beauty, man. Cancelo sometimes plays in mid. Yeah, that's the thing. If Cancelo might have one of those games where Pep just says, you know what, I'm going to throw you up as a winger this week. Or maybe even throw you up as mid. And then you got an out-of-position 5.4 million defender. And, man, I just love Cancelo's game. It's just playing time for me. Yeah. I like keeping Hamas for these next 3 matches, but I definitely keep an eye on him for what to do in the future. Alex, Fernandez is someone I wish I could get in 30 goal involvements in 31 games for United or something like that. Top class. Yeah, dude, Bruno has a lot of haters because he scores a lot of penalties. And he plays for United, so naturally he's going to get a lot of haters. But dude just puts in work, man. Period. He's their workhorse. He works so hard, man. He's involved in everything they do. Big Bruno fan myself, personally. and Jota in my midfield so hard making all these future moves without any hits. Yeah, Diogo Jota. We haven't talked about that. He started in today's game, and the first sub they made when Liverpool couldn't figure things out against City was bringing out Firmino. So that's a huge sign. Maybe Jota nails on that because I think Salah was. They're rotating a lot, so I don't really want to say if anyone was nailed onto position. They're really fluid with it. But Diogo Jota at 6.4 may look like he's starting consistently for Liverpool. Maybe that's an option you can use. That would be an incredible buy for someone that would be an enabler. That's crazy. Anyway, KDB and Fernandez or KDB and Ziyech. Sorry. Bruno's playing against West Brom tomorrow. Bruno probably has. That's tough. I'd probably go with Ziyech. I'm gonna go Ziyech if that's my personal decision. But I either way, I think you're going into a really both are really good options. I'll say that. But for me personally, I would go for Ziyech. I'm going for Ziyech myself. I think he is phenomenal. There's something about that United squad that just scares me. And you could save 2.4 mil by going to Ziyech instead of Bruno, and that's another huge thing. Alex, Vardy is a penalty merchant this season. Oh yeah, dude, what was that? I think he had a game where he had a hat trick or 2 goals of just straight penalties, and he had a non-penalty expected goal involvement of 0.0, like no shots other than penalties. Kobe, Vardy's gonna break our pen record. How much is he at right now? Yeah, he is. I feel like every game he's getting one. Also, those penalty, a lot of VAR controversy today. I guess we shouldn't talk about that. Let's just have some fun. Did I see Lookman's penalty? Yeah, he tried for the Panenka, right? Tried to chip him, and did not go well. Yeah. It takes a lot of guts for a player to even try to chip a keeper, let alone in like the 94th minute when your team is battling relegation, and you need to save a point there. He has a chance. It takes a lot of guts, man. A lot of guts. I'll say that. Can you check my team if you would suggest any transfers? Let me do it real quick. 15 minutes later, I'll get there. Where are we at? I'm assuming you're in the Donatello's mini league. Code in the description below. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Give me 1 second. Sorry. There it is. Let me see. Looking at your squad, I really like Bruno. I think he's a great cap. I think he's probably my captaincy choice for you. Just looking at it real quick, I'm moving on from Son if that says anything. I think that's just my personal opinion. I would move on from Son. I like Grealish a lot. Love Bruno. TCL I still think is really good for these next few game weeks. Maybe wait on Kane just to see. Bamford just keeps scoring. Also, that might be one of the most outlandish offsides I've seen. His body was onside by a mile, but the fact that he decided to point at to where to put the ball put him offsides. If he was to keep his hands normally and not point, he would have been onside. So that was, and also I think they measured like the bottom of the shoulder. Anyway, crazy offsides call. Anyway, Bamford, I like the team a lot. I love Chilwell. Cresswell I think is a really good option with their fixtures coming up. Yeah, Vestergaard on the bench, that does hurt. Ward-Prowse, but Ward-Prowse is still pretty good. Maybe drop Son to Ziyech. Maybe that's what I would do. If not, maybe Ward-Prowse to Diogo Jota and kind of roll the dice with him a little bit. Yeah, Hamas on the bench. Yeah, I would. That's what if I was in your shoes, that's what I would do. Personally, I'd probably move Son to Ziyech. Or how much money you got in the bank? She ain't got no money in the bank. You're rich. 1.8. So you got 2 mil. Son's at 9.6. I'm assuming you have him at something like that. So you're pretty close to bringing in KDB. Maybe you just make you don't have Salah too. Salah, I didn't even notice that. I don't know. Maybe you take that money and invest it in KDB. Maybe you drop down to Ziyech and upgrade somewhere else next week. I don't know. That's 71 points, man. Great week. Let's see. Ziyech, honestly, not overhyping him. Looks like he could be one of the best players in the league. He's so confident as well. Yeah, I think I said that in the last couple of weeks as far as just how confident he is. Anytime he sees... Well, Pulisic didn't play this week, but anytime he sees someone running and he has a chance to connect a pass, he is doing it. Even like his skills, he's got mad techers. He had he put someone in a blender yesterday. I forgot who it was. Anyway, any chance he has to assist somebody, he is going to take it. And I feel like it's almost the same with his. Am I lagging? I feel like it's the same with the shot too. Ziyech is incredible, and I really don't want. I feel like I'm already late to the party. I should have had him in my squad already, but he looks good, man. Wilbur says I really hate international matches. They make me do. They make me do knee-jerk moves and then wait 2 week stretch. Oh, which to do other transfers will stretch hurt. So a lot of people had to take a -4 just to take him out. Yeah, if you can hold on to your transfers, pay attention to FPLstatistics.co.uk or something like that. Make sure their prices aren't going to rise or aren't going to fall, and just try to hold on to it as long as possible, because I don't think prices move as much as we think it does during international break. It kind of does like the first day or two, and then kind of takes a huge sleeping beauty nap, and then comes back in after 10 days or something like that. But yeah, international break is definitely rough, especially because some like last international break I spent like 2 weeks. I was like, let me take some time out and just relax, recover, get my mind off FPL. And I found myself every night after work coming home and just messing with my lineup every day. So hopefully I don't do that as much this time. Yeah, he done some beautiful skill. Kobe says, AFTV said Willian is better than Ziyech. Next. I mean, I'm gonna leave that comment alone. I'm gonna leave that comment alone. I like Ziyech a lot. Sana says Fernandez, Bruno for Son, like that. Salah, Grealish, Ziyech for James. For Hamas, KDB for Hamas, KDB for Kane, Antonio for Bamford, DCL. What do you think? These are my transfers hopefully in the next few weeks. Let me see. Let me double check this real quick. I like Grealish a lot. I think Grealish is good for the long term. I think he's got a really good run of fixtures. Dudes are talisman. He's looking incredible, Grealish. Ziyech for Hamas. I like Ziyech a lot. KDB for Kane. I like that move. Antonio for Bamford. I like that move. I like all your moves. I think they're really good. I really like them a lot. Wilbur, just watched your video before the season started about cheap defenders, and it was pretty lit and funny. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's good, man. If you know me, I'm a very frugal man. I like my things cheap. That's why I love chicken and chips so much when I was living in South London. That's good. Thank you, man. I don't know if I feel like I might have missed on a lot of defenders in that video. Anyway, I just try to make my videos as funny as possible and just as chill as possible. Hopefully it succeeds. Thank you, Wilbur. That means a lot, man. Alex, I seen that Willian scored his season's whole points in one game drive for the rest of the season. Yeah, the first match he had a hat trick of assists, and everyone's like, dude, I got to jump on the Willian train. And then he just hasn't started for the next few matches. I'm assuming Chelsea fans are laughing somewhere. But Willian, man, I mean, he's a good player. I like him. But yeah, what was I going to say about Willian? Yeah, I'll leave that one alone. Now I got my mind thinking about chicken and chips. That sounds so good. Ziyech for player of the season contender. He may be. I mean, it's still early. I don't know. Who do you think would be the player of the season so far? At this moment, who's the player of the season? Probably Harry Kane, right? He'd be up in the conversation. I'm trying to think who else would be up there. Harry Kane would definitely be the striker if I had to fill out my best 11. I don't know. Other than that, there are a lot of arguments you can make, but tough. I like Ziyech a lot. A lot of Chelsea fans on here too. Yeah, Ziyech will keep his place. Kobe can also play Cam, so maybe there's there as well. No one to contend outright with Ziyech. Yeah, no. No one's contending with Ziyech. If Pulisic comes back too, it just gives him more ammunition to really fire to. He's just going to have, if and when Pulisic comes back, and if Pulisic can stay healthy, and please stay healthy, he's just going to have two incredibly fast dudes that are so aggressive, continuously trying to run behind the center halves, and Ziyech is just going to be picking them off one by one, man. Maguire actually, Wilbur said, ooh, I am running behind. FPL Penguin, what's up, FPL Penguin? Good stuff that you've been promoting, or that you've been posting lately. Check out FPL Penguin stuff. How'd you do this week, by the way, FPL? How'd you do this week, Penguin? Let's see. Maguire actually played well versus Everton. Pinpoint tackles, but still hate him for headlocking Asby and no pen against Batshuayi. But for Batshuayi on the balls, but still nothing. Yeah, Maguire did play well, man. That's the thing about Maguire is he's gonna have games where he just looks like he gets caught with his weaknesses. It's like his lateral movements. You're gonna be able to dribble right by him sometimes, but then you'll have games where he just really shows that physical prowess and shows that he's a quality defender. And it'll be like, man, Maguire's pretty good. And then he'll be in the box, he'll be in the opponent's box. He'll get on top of a lot of headers. But he's just, yeah, I'm not the biggest Maguire fan. Personally. I think he's good, but, I mean, anyway. Vardy game week 10 playing Fulham. Oh, chalk it up for captaincy pick. And that's going to be a good differential captain because I feel like Vardy's about 20% owned right now. But I don't even think that many people will even captain him versus Fulham. Game week 10. That's a good shot, Wilbur. Werner has scored in 4 consecutive matches or assisted in other games. Plus, remember, he has pens. Yeah, Werner is a great option for anyone looking to drop down from Kane and still want to use a lot of money on a premium forward. I honestly think that Werner is a great option. He is just he's starting to click. And again, I said it before, he's been getting involved in goal a lot this season. A lot more than I feel like we give him credit for. Anyways, Zahir made these changes for post-international break. Son to Willian. I don't know if I like Willian personally, but if that's what you feel you need to do, go for it. Good fixtures for Arsenal, and he's on set pieces. Again, I'm just not convinced I'm not convinced that Willian will be on the field all the time, and Arsenal don't look that good going forward. But again, if that's what you feel is best for your squad, do it. And Werner not nailed just because Chelsea have Champions League to Gabriel Jesus. I mean, Gabriel Jesus might not play every week too, but again, you saw today, Gabriel Jesus has moments where he's gonna score most of the time he's on the pitch. He's gonna get a ton of shots off, that's for sure. KDB is gonna be assisting him left and right, and it'd be so fun to play with KDB because you know that anytime you make a good run and you're just in space, same thing as Ziyech. You know they're gonna be looking for you, and the ball is gonna be at your feet. So man, it would just be so fun to play with him. Ziyech. So it's pronounced Ziyech. I really got to get this down right. So it's Ziyech. Okay. So I'm saying it from now on. It's Ziyech. I'm going to run with it as Ziyech. But yeah, Zahir, if that's what you feel is best. And I think those are really good differentials. If they score, that's a big green arrow for you. Ziyech. Okay. I love the guy's game, but I don't know how to pronounce his name, man. Dang it. Anyway. What do you think of my forward line? Kane, Bamford, DCL. Love it. Love it. It's the same exact front line that I have, actually. I think DCL is really good, even moving forward, because he's had a really good season to start. And now he has 3 really favorable matches. The Burnley one, I feel like, is going to be a bit tougher for him than we want to give him credit for, because I feel like Burnley are pretty good in the air. But that Fulham and Leeds match, man, very, very tasty looking for DCL. And Harry Kane's phenomenal. And Bamford, I think I said this earlier in the stream. Bamford's one of those guys that if you watch him play, it almost gets a bit frustrating because he gets in so many good opportunities, but he doesn't put them all away. But he's putting enough away to really be productive, especially at that price, man. A lot of producing 6.5 mil or less strikers right now. Where we at? The whole city behind us. Isn't that the old flip phone commercial? Anyway, the one with the walkie-talkie. Did you guys watch that in the UK? Oh, anyway. Is Bamford to Watkins a good idea or a good transfer? I think so, only because I think Bamford's fixtures are pretty tough these next few matches, and Villa's is pretty much the opposite. So Villa has a good run of fixtures till game week 15. My only concern is I don't know if I would want to double up on Villa. Like if you had Grealish, maybe not go with Grealish and Watkins. But again, Grealish is going to be involved in everything they do. Ollie Watkins is looking like a very capable scorer in the Premier League. And Watkins is still really cheap. I say go for it. I'm not against that move at all. I think Bamford and Watkins are both really good assets to have on your squad. And at that point, it's just who do you love more? Shout out YG. And Bamford, if you're going for fixtures lean towards Ollie Watkins. And Watkins is on penalties too, it seems. Wilbur says, even though Rodriguez did not do well in FPL perspective, he was astonishing for Everton. At least the most creative player for them. Just no Richarlison to help them out on the other wing. Yeah, it also needs to be mentioned that Richarlison wasn't playing Richarlison just creates so much on that wing. A lot of open spaces. Wide open space. Shout out to Dixie Chicks one time. Yeah, I think Hamas is such a phenomenal player. I've been a fan of his since... I think a lot of us were fans of his since he was playing in the World Cup for Colombia and he had that chest volley. James Rodriguez, great player. He is... If Everton want to go far this season, it's going to be through James. And if I'm not mistaken, they don't really have anything as far as cups to play for. So they're going to be rested quite a lot, even with their tough run of fixtures they have in 4 game weeks. But yeah, I'm a fan of James, man. I agree with you, Wilbur. Just 0 shots and 0 attempted assists definitely hurts. Thomas, what's up, Thomas? Team changes this week. So as of right now, I'm thinking about dropping... I'm going to drop Robbo, and I'm going to drop Son. I have 2 free transfers to use. I'm probably going to drop Robbo to maybe Joao Cancelo. If Alex Telles... If Luke Shaw is out for a while, Alex Telles might be tempting if he's back from COVID and whatnot. But I could drop Bravo down to Kyle Walker-Peters, and if I do that, I can either afford to go from Son to KDB, or I could do Son to Ziyech, and so that's kind of my concern. Do I go Son to KDB or Son to Ziyech? If I go Son to Ziyech, then it'll give me 1 more week to decide to bring in KDB, because I would after that, because I really want to bring in both Ziyech and KDB. Let me say that. The plan is how. Ziyech has Newcastle next week. De Bruyne has Tottenham. And so, as far as fixtures, maybe I go Ziyech. And Chelsea are a lot more informed than City are. And then the week after that, then I could... Is that who they play next week? Let me just double check. Yeah, because City have a tough week the week after. Or is it game week 10 to start looking good? Yeah, game week 10 starts looking good. So after that, I'm gonna see if I could bring in KDB somewhere. Maybe I drop Kane if he doesn't look good against top tier squads. I drop Kane out and bring in like Antonio, or if Danny Ings was healthy, I'd go Danny Ings. Anyway, that's my plan. Somehow bring in Ziyech and my camera. Somehow bring in Ziyech and KDB. The plan is how. Dropping Robbo is definitely going to be one of them. Again, FPL Penguin. What's up, FPL Penguin? Once again, check out his stuff. He's super close to 1,000 subscribers. If we can get him there, that'd be awesome. He puts out some good stuff, man. Let's see. Kobe. Oh yeah, Kobe been here for a minute. Did you Tierney try to Rabona but fell? Yeah. Was that what he was trying to do? I saw the video. It was like because I was watching NFL and the Arsenal game simultaneously, and so I didn't get to see that play actually happen. But I saw it on Twitter, and it was like someone recorded it from their phone, so it was a bad image. But all I saw was him falling as he was kicking the ball, but it didn't look like he was actually kicking it. So was he going for Rabona? Anyway, pretty funny. Shardul, what's up, Shardul? Thinking of getting off the Liverpool defender. So much money for nothing. I agree. There's still going to be times in the season where Robbo and Trent pull up for an assist, maybe a goal here or there. But for that much money, I just think it's not worth it. Like if you let's compare Robbo and Chilwell for a little bit, right? So Robbo over the past 4 game weeks has gotten 6. He's gotten 12 points. 12 points over 4 game weeks, so that's 3 per. Chilwell, on the other hand, has gotten, over the last 4 weeks, 12, 15, 23 points. So he's essentially doubled Robbo's score, and he was like 1.6 cheaper when I got him. And so it's true, that money, there's a lot of other defenders out there that can get attacking returns. Maybe not as much as Robbo or Trent can. And I hope Trent's healthy, by the way. I hope he comes back soon. And with that much money, I just feel like you can do so much more with your attackers. And it's not worth it if they're not getting clean sheets. So I agree with you. I was planning on getting rid of Robbo anyway. But after this week, it just definitely confirmed it. Liverpool played with a 4-2-4. Yeah, the ultimate FIFA mode, huh? The ultimate... I feel like that's what I played on FIFA 19? Anyway, 4-2-4, man. Yeah, they're super fluent with it, kind of switching out in and out, having Jota go out wide, Salah coming in, and having even Firmino drop back a little bit, but then going up. And I kind of liked it, but at the same time, it left a lot open in the midfield. Then went to 4-4-2 when Firmino came off. I'm super interested to see what they do moving forward with Jota, because Jota's Jota's providing a lot of creativity and scoring a lot, but Firmino has been so essential for them for the past 3 years. It's tough to think what they're going to do. Yeah, think Firmino not over the moon about having Firmino first choice, but that's what they wanted. Werner. Oh yeah, Alex. Yeah, they're trying to get Werner, and yeah, I see why they were doing that. I see why Klopp was doing that. You meant Klopp, sorry. 8 goals, 5 penalties. Fabianski got 15 points, man. Oh, 15 points for that save. That wasn't really that hard of a save. Even if I feel like he picked the wrong way, he could have still ran to the other side and grabbed the ball. It was that bad of a chip. Yeah, massive 15 points for anyone who owns him. He went from, like, when that penalty was called in the 93rd minute, whatever it was, you're thinking he's about to lose his clean sheet points, and he's about to lose his clean sheet points, so he'll probably drop down to 2 points at that moment. And then he gets a massive 13-point swing and comes away with a save penalty and a clean sheet. Man, phenomenal. Shout out anyone who owned Fabianski. I miss having Nick Pope in my lineup who can get double digits. Tom Pierce, 70 points with a -4. Not a bad week. Not a bad week at all, Tom. That is a pretty good week, man. 70 points any week, even 66 after the -4, or if it was calculated. That's a good week. Congratulations, man. Shout out you. That's awesome. Kobe says United got 14 penalties last season and Leicester already have 7. Didn't United set the record for most penalties in a season last year too? Dang. Leicester already have 7. That's crazy. My names. Yeah, can you review my team? I'm 91st in your league, looking to bring in Tellez for Trent and Bruno for Son. Yeah, I'll check out your squad real quick. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, 91st. Let me ask what the name of your squad is, just so I can get the right one. Who ate all the pies? That's hilarious. Is that who you are? Let me make sure that is who you are before I comment on your squad real quick. You said you're 91. I don't think it's been updated since the game. My laptop just got really loud. Let me make sure this is you, right? Who ate all the pies? Is that you? Me names. I don't think you've commented on it so far. Man, I really got to play some catch up here. As far as just looking at your squad, you were talking about bringing in Tellez for Trent, so this is not your squad. Oh, yeah, you do. You have Trent right there. For Tellez and Bruno for Son. I like that a lot. I like Shea Adams moving forward. I like DCL for the next few. Phil Foden definitely worries me. I don't know if I would have Phil Foden at this point. I think maybe Jota, but I don't think that's a primary concern for you. Big week from your defense. Dang. Love Chilwell. I love Reece James if he plays, and it sounds like he's going to be playing more and more. If I'm not mistaken. Chelsea fans, Alex and Wilbur, can you help me out on that? I read some reassuring things for Reece James owners. Lamptey I like a lot. Doubling up on Brighton defense. Okay. I don't want to waste a transfer on the keeper. Maybe that's what I would do. Maybe transfer out Matt Ryan. But not in the future. Kufal I like a lot. Salah love. Son, you said you're going to get rid of Son for Bruno. I like that move. Hamas I love. Shea Adams I like a lot. DCL I like. Kane. Again, Kane I would just want to see what happens. I would just like to see what happens with Kane against big squads. I said it before on the stream. I just want to see what he can do and how they set up against them. Is he going to get the same amount of shots off? Is he going to look anywhere near productive? If he still looks good, he still looks like the top tier player that he's shown so far, I'm going to keep him personally. Maybe it might be best to save some money. Maybe you just drop Trent Alexander-Arnold all the way down to like a 3.9 or 4 million pound defender, and that way you could save 3.4 mil and throw it somewhere else, because you already have 4 really good defenders, or 4 very capable defenders. I'll say really good defenders. 4 really good defenders, and you have Phil Foden on your bench. So maybe you drop Trent all the way down to like a 4 mil defender and use that 3.5 to upgrade Foden to Ziyech. You can upgrade him to 6.4. You can even upgrade him to like Rashford if you wanted. That's what I would do, personally. Outside of what you did, because I still like your moves going forward. But again, Tellez is really nice. The only problem is you would have five really good defenders. But again, I like it. See, Alex says, guys like the stream. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Wilbur says you can't compare Ziyech to Willian. Willian has just assisted versus Fulham in a whole season. Yeah, I like Ziyech. They're completely different players, I think. But I'm just a big fan of Ziyech, man. Not so much Willian. I still like his game a little bit, but Alex says he hates international football. Now it's dead. It's pretty much club football now. Brazilians playing for Russia, Spain, Italy, the whole Welsh team. Yeah, I think Ansu Fati decided to or claim a lot of players do it. They live somewhere. They grow up in their academy system, and so they kind of declare that nationality, like Ansu Fati did with Spain. Luckily, Serginho Dest did not do that with Netherlands. He chose to be American, which is just, I still can't believe he did that. I would have, for me, I don't want to say what I would have done in his shoes, but playing for Netherlands would have definitely tempted me. And I need to zoom out this camera a little bit, huh? Let me zoom it out. Let me show. Yeah. All right. Yeah. If it's I still like international football. It's just the international friendlies or the trying to get into Euros or qualification for World Cup. I don't know. It's not the best just because I like the Premier League so much and La Liga. But anyway, I still like it. I just love football, period. Miss Sexy Diva. What's up, Miss Sexy Diva? 19 minutes behind I am. Can you look at my team? My name is CM's times 11. Yeah, give me 1 minute. Back to the Donatello's mini league. Let me see. Welcome, Wayne. Where we at? The whole city behind us. Are you in my mini league? Yeah, you are. There you are. Bang. 69 points. Nice, Miss Sexy Diva with 69 points. Can you look at my team? I took out Rashford, Son, and Werner out for KDB, Mane, and Vardy. Okay, so you took out Rashford. Where are we at? Rashford, Son, and Werner for KDB, Mane, and Vardy. I like that a lot. If KDB doesn't perform, might drop him down to Bruno or Ziyech. What do you think? I like that a lot. I think maybe I know I just talked about bringing in Jota. Oh, you have Grealish there on the bench. Woo, what a power move. Putting Grealish on the bench. You had a good week. Dang. Yeah, so I don't know. I like your squad a lot. I think it's incredible. Chilwell, James, Martinez, Cresswell, really good back four. You said you brought out Rashford for KDB. I love KDB. I like Mane a lot. Jamie Vardy for Werner. I like your squad, period. I don't know if I would do anything. Maybe I would try to, again, I don't like having too much money on the bench. So maybe I would drop one of Zaha, Jota, and Grealish to upgrade. But again, I like Grealish a lot. I think I'm not touching Grealish at all. Maybe get rid of, how much money do you have in your bank? 1.7. You have 1.7 mil in your bank. After transfers, I don't know what you have. I really like it. I like it, period. I think the moves you made are really good. I like your team. I think your defense is really solid. If you don't have Cresswell playing, you can throw in Lamptey, who's a great option. You had a lot of points in your bench, too. Woo-wee. Yeah, I like it. Jota's the only one that just concerns me because I don't know how much he's going to play in the future. But if he plays, he looks really good. And he'd be the incredible purchase at 6.4, whatever it is. I like your squad. I think you have really good moves planned out for the future. Playing for Germany is pointless. I would like to play for Germany if it was, you know what I mean? I would like to play for, I don't know, Biddeford FC. Shout out Biddeford one time. Have you thought about a Prem team to support? Yeah. I've been thinking about that so much, man. So much. I think I talked about it last time. I actually gave you a shout out too, Eric. I was talking about it in the last stream. Alex and Wilbur are trying to convert me to be a Chelsea supporter. There are a couple of people on here trying to convert me to be a United, maybe Liverpool. But I think at the end of the day, I really want to be able to go to a city and experience the vibe, experience the atmosphere, know what the stadium feels like, and then I would make my decision and really get to choose my Premier League squad. That's kind of why I'm waiting on it, because I could choose Chelsea because I do have Pulisic, and I like their squad. They're a really young squad moving forward, and I lived in London for a little bit, so I could choose Chelsea. But it's hard to pick from the seat of my couch than actually going and investing in the city. Because that's what I want to do. I want to invest in the city and the club. I don't want to invest in Pulisic because when he leaves, I don't want to be like, oh, I guess I'm still a Chelsea supporter even though I don't like supporting him. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't think I'm going to choose until I'm able to go to a game, which who knows when that'll be. But as of right now, I have teams I really support. I really like supporting at this moment. But I want to wait a little bit before I fully commit, you know? I have commitment issues. I'll say that. You can ask my ex about that one. Kobe, have bonus points been added yet? I don't know. Let me double check. Let me refresh my page. I've hit F5, but I don't know if that works on my computer at this moment. Bonus points have been included, yes. They've just been updated. We are officially in a bonus. That was also 20 minutes ago, so might have been for a while. 27 points from triple captaining, depressing, but could have been worse. Could have been a blank. At the end of the day, man, you came away with a goal in the 89th minute, and that I know that sucks, but still, 27 points from a triple captain is a lot better than I got last year with Mo Salah getting blanking. I think was it you that got? No, was it you that triple captain Mane last season? So you could have gotten 3 points, which is even worse. But yeah, 27 points is definitely depressing, knowing that Kane could have easily scored more against West Brom on another day, of course. But still, 27 points, man, that's awesome. Have an exam to have an exam tomorrow. Wish me luck. I wish you the best of luck, Kobe. What exam is it, by the way? I wish I could help. I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but yeah, best of luck on your exam, man. Exams over everything. Remember, study a lot, but you've studied all that you can. But come tonight, about 7, 8 o'clock, put the books down, relax, get your mind fresh, and really be able to de-stress and go in confident tomorrow and really nail that test. You got it. Remember, your name is Kobe. You're destined for greatness. Bob, what's up, Bob? I have Meslier, Lamptey, KWP, Dunn and Kilman on the bench. Rashford, Salah, Son, Grealish, Zaha, Kane, DCL, Bamford on the bench. 0.4 in the bank, 1 free transfer. You're sitting in a good spot, my man. I mean, the only thing I would be concerned about is just the lack of funds defensively. I don't see that you have like a Chilwell to kind of carry you from time to time, but dude, your squad is looking solid. Rashford, Salah. Rashford has a West Brom this week. Is that you going to captain? Are you going to captain Rashford this week? That's what I might do. 1 free transfer, maybe. Yeah, I really like your squad, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful squad. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Says it's pronounced Ziyech. He said it himself. Yeah, so it's pronounced. Was it you? I think it was you that was talking about that preseason, right? Right, Bleh? I think it's Ziyech. I think it's the same thing as like De Bruyne. Like a lot of English announcers call him De Bruyne, but my brother who spent a lot of time in his life in Netherlands and Belgium, he says it's De Bruyne, something like that. So that's actually how it's pronounced. A lot of English pronouncers call it De Bruyne, but all I know is I really want to get everyone's names right. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. You know what I mean? But I'll check it out. D Production, welcome. D Production, how'd you do this week? 66 this week. Let's go. Solid weekend. And I kept Justin on my bench. He scored 6 to pick Kilman, who only had 1. I mean, that's rough. I mean, you could have had 71 points. But at the end of the day, 66 is not bad at all. There are going to be times you made the decision that was probably best going for Kilman. It was informed. Sometimes just how the dice rolls, how the cookie crumbles. Shout out Jim Carrey. But yeah, 66 points. That's still a great week with a good green arrow. Yo, Don Moldy, welcome back. Yes. Welcome back. I love having a Wolverhampton fan here. Anyway, yo, Don, Bamford was robbed. VAR has sunk to even lower depths after this weekend. That Bamford goal was just... I know I talked about it early in the stream, but... For me, my whole life, my mom somehow is going to be like the Kool-Aid man and jump through the wall and just be like... and scream at me. But my whole life, I've been against like the letter of the law, to where it's like, oh, well, he's technically offsides. But in my opinion, like, was he? You know what I mean? All he was doing was pointing. There's no way I am going to score with this part of my shoulder. You know what I mean? But that is just so rough, man. So rough of a goal to be called back. And it was a beautiful beautiful finish by Bamford. Could have came away with a brace. That was tough. You had You're a Wolverhampton fan. That Kilman decision today was pretty rough. Then we had the Gomez one that right before KDB missed his penalty. That one was rough. Like, if you played sports, you know that when you jump, you got to move your hands. You got to use all your momentum. You know what I mean? And that one was a bit of a rough penalty. And then there was one other that I'm missing. What other VAR decision was there that was pretty bad or pretty tough, I should say? Is that it? Anyway, a lot of VAR is definitely hurting football a little bit. But anyway, Tom says, yeah. Also, welcome back to the chat. I'm always glad to have you guys here. Also, thank you everyone for showing up and being so active. It's been a very active chat. I'm very behind on comments, but yeah, thank you everyone for showing up, and hopefully this has been a fun stream for y'all. Now I'm behind it a little bit myself. How do I feel about the Biden win? I don't want to get too political or anything, but I hope this is a time. I was talking to Eric Castillo about this. I hope that this is a time in America where we can look back and say this was the... Oh, my camera went out right as I was about to give a political motivating speech. My favorite time in movies and in shows is when someone has the rosebud moment, right? And so you go from... I'm trying to think of a show that does it or a movie that does it. So when you go from, like, let's say, I don't know, should I say Sam or Merry and Pippin in Lord of the Rings? Anyway, there's always moments in stories where a person goes from develops into, let's say, like, maybe a bit immature, doesn't know exactly what their story is, and then they go into, like, the dude, and they've really blossomed into greatness or into what they're destined to be. That's one of my favorite things in stories. I wish I could have a better example, and I'm hoping this is a time in American history where we can look back and say this is a time where we really grew together, where we started loving each other, started having sympathy, we started listening, we started to heal, we started to grow, and that's what I'm hoping this win is. Does Biden, like, there still is a lot of work to be done, but I hope this is a good move for the future. Anyway, Wilbur says, no way Mendy's Tal has more Champion League appearances than Arsenal have minutes since 2017. Are you for real? Oh, yeah, dang, that's true, huh? Doesn't look like, yeah. If Arsenal won today, they would have been in 5th place, if I'm not mistaken. Ziyech, yeah. Yeah, I'll consistently be switching from Ziyech to Ziyech to everything this whole stream until I YouTube afterwards. But for now, I'm going to say Ziyech and go with blah, blah, blah. Richarlison has not played 3 games, and Everton have lost 3 games. Coincidence? Honestly. Richarlison, I think Barcelona bid $100 million on him last season, and Everton turned it down. Shows you how much Everton think about him. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that was just rumors. Who knows with Barcelona's office last year, but there's no coincidence in my opinion that Everton's game has dropped after Richarlison got his red card and since Thomas got hurt. He is a very vital point in that Everton system. I agree with you, Wilbur. Thomas, I have an identical squad to you, but Foden instead of James and $2 million in the bank. Thoughts on Foden and Kane to KDB and Richarlison? I love that move. Love that move. I've even kind of gone around and seen if I can bring in Richarlison for me. He'd be a bit of a sneaky pick this week. Good differential considering a lot of people at this moment would have DCL or James, and not a lot of people are going to bring in Richarlison for a few games. I actually really like that move. I think it's time for Foden to move on. He's just not getting enough playing time. He has too many one-point cameos at this moment, and Kane has a tough run of fixtures. I actually really like that move, Thomas. I'm a big fan. I would subscribe, but you have the Barcelona flag behind you. Does that work? Am I blocking it out? Papa J, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. Yeah. I love Barcelona, I'll just say that, but I got respect for every club, man. I'm one of those, I don't know if I'm one of the outcasts in this, but like some of my favorite players of all time have played for Real Madrid, even though I'm like a big Barca fan, obviously. Like Marcelo might be my favorite left back who has ever played. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. Dude is phenomenal. Modric is an absolute G. Who else? I respect Sergio Ramos. I think to be one of the best center backs, if not the best center back in the world every year for 10 years now, incredible. And I think my third favorite player of all time is Zinedine Zidane. So if you're a Real Madrid fan, I still got massive respect for Madrid, man. I really want to go to a game and experience experience what it's like to be a fan for Madrid. Just I won't tell anybody. No one will know. I'll be wearing white. I'll probably be rocking a Marcelo jersey, and there will be no cameras around me. I'll be in ghost mode, and I just want to go and experience because I heard it's just wild there. Anyway, and I heard the nightlife there is great too. The Sexy Diva, is Grealish a good captain? Because I'm really, really behind. I don't know if Grealish is a good captain going in this week, but I think he's a great player. Let me look at who they play next week. He plays Brighton. Brighton are pretty good defensively. They do let up a lot of goals per shot. Let's see. Chelsea versus Newcastle. If you could captain someone off of Chelsea, you could captain someone off of United, potentially if you had Bruno. Other than that, there aren't too many standout captains. Other than that, off the top of my head, yeah, those are probably the. So if you wanted to captain Jack Grealish this week against Brighton at home, I don't think it's the worst shout. I think you could do it. I don't know if I have the guts myself to do it. I would definitely need some Rihanna music to hit that captaincy, but I mean, again, I'm a big Grealish fan. I think he's phenomenal. If there are a lot of players that have been transferring that have signed for less than I think Jack Grealish, he deserves it. He's a great dude. Moldy. I'm not sure what to do with Robbo. He looked very attacking the first half, and they have some nice fixtures coming up. I agree, man. He looks. The problem for me is that he just costs so much, and he's just not producing. Like, again, there will be times where Robbo will pick up an assist or two, maybe score a goal, but I don't know if it's worth it. If I could go Robbo and Son to, let's say Telles and KDB, I feel like that would be better than having Robbo. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of money invested in someone I'm not sure is going to bring in clean sheets by the dozen like they're used to. He has Leicester next. I still like Jamie Vardy. The hard part is I look at this next run of fixtures, and I think, yeah, they could pull a clean sheet against any of them. Wolverhampton don't look that good attacking. Leicester are good. Brighton don't look good attacking. Fulham don't look good attacking. Tottenham. We know how good Kane and Son are, and now Bale's starting. Crystal Palace don't look so. Looking at their fixture, it definitely says clean sheets out there. But week in, week out, Robbo's putting up. Look at this. Week in, week out, he's putting up. Oh my gosh! Fix it, Sean. -1 point, 6 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. If that was anybody else not named Robbo, he would be off my squad by now. And the eye test still looks good from time to time. It's just I don't know if it's worth it for that 7.1 price tag. And I know it ain't about the money. We're just trying to make the world. Shout out Jesse J. It ain't about the price tag, but I just think I could do a lot more with that extra $3 million in cash. Personally, but if you keep Robbo and he goes off next week, you're gonna have a nice green arrow because a lot of people are jumping off, or have been jumping off. Kobe says, I'm out of minus points from when I made 20 plus transfers. Oh, I'm so glad. That was still one of my favorite stream moments. What a legend. Moldy. I don't have Chilwell. I plan on having him on a wild card over the last international break. I wasn't sure if he would be injured, so I didn't risk it, and his price is falling up. Oh. I still think Chilwell is worth it at his price right now. He's worth, what, 5.9, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, 5.9. I still think he's worth it. If you watch his matches, or even if you look at his heat map, dude is getting so advanced. There's so many opportunities for him back post. I think a lot of people have talked about it, where because of the runs that Werner makes, or because of the runs that Pulisic makes, it opens up so much for Chilwell. And he is left alone back post quite consistently. And so that goal that he had this week, even though it was a bit of a right place, right time kind of a goal, he is getting in that position quite often, and it's no fluke that he got that goal. He's not going to return every week, but that defense looks really improved. I still think he is worth that $6 million price tag, in my opinion. But, I mean, Reguilon looks really good, but he has a tough run of fixtures. If Telles can play, I want to see what he could provide. Who else around that price range? No, I'm missing somebody. But yeah, the $6 million is a lot to do, and that is definitely very. That's rough. Rough bit of luck right there. Alex, yeah, mate, that was rough. You've been doing well, so the points will rack up fast. I don't know if that's about me or about somebody else. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I've had a good jump in rank these past few weeks. I'm pretty happy about it. My wild card's paid off so far. George, what's up, George? Hello, man. Hope you're doing well. Keep up the good work. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. I hope everything's doing well for you, too. How was your weekend, by the way? I feel like every time someone asks me to do well, I got to ask them a question other than just obviously wanting to know if you had a good weekend and hope you have a good weekend. I feel like I got to ask questions to, like, what's your favorite musical artist of all time? I feel like that's a go-to right there. What was your favorite show as a kid? I'll say that one. Your favorite show as a kid, Georgia, what was it? If you're still here. 20 minutes behind. Really got to catch me up, I do, yeah? Terrible accent. I apologize. I'd imagine Reece James is starter now. His starter's set now, but I would still fear rotation until he's been set for a while. Coming from a Chelsea fan, he says he wouldn't get him. Yeah, I think I read... I'm 20 minutes behind, so I think I talked about that already. Yeah, I love Reece James when he plays. It's just, is he going to play? Son to Ziyech and Potence to... Son to Z. I'll say Z from now on until I figure it out. Also, what's up, Not? Son to Z and Potence to Grealish, 2 free transfers. I love it. Love it. Do it. Done. If it were me, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Shout out Stevie Wonder one time. I love that move. I love Z. I love Grealish. My camera went off. It won't bother my flow. Been listening to a lot of Biggie Smalls lately anyway. Son to Z, I like it a lot. Potence to Grealish, love it. Owen has been called up to the U.S. squad. He's a Wolves youngster and a hot prospect. Oh, he got called up. Let's go. He's a center back or BBM, very imposing. Yeah. Can we talk about him for a minute? Because I've never been able to see him play because he's obviously a youngin. And he hasn't been called up. Like, let me charge my camera or my laptop real quick. So you'll see the back of my head for a minute. And plug in. Yeah, what do you think about him? How is he looking? I'm really curious because there are a lot of really good young prospects in U.S. right now. I think one of them just started for Valencia today. But a lot of them, some of them I haven't been able to watch just because American television is greedy, and so I have to pay a lot of money to watch, like, I don't know, one player play. It's not like the pay-per-view that UK is having right now, which is ridiculous, but anyway, I can't watch it. So what do you think about him? You say he looks very imposing, so that's very good. And the U.S. do not have any good center backs right now, or at least one's out on his way. We still need another one. So center back is definitely a position in need. And if he's looking good, man, I'm excited to see him this next. Does he play on? Is it this week he plays? Anyway, can you look at my squad and see what you'll do with it? Yeah, for sure, Alex. No worries. Oh, I'm almost catching up on comments. Woo! This is a first for me. Let me go to your squad. What's your squad name again? Was it just under Alex? I think. What's your squad name? Let me ask you what your squad name is before I look at it real quick. Yeah. What's your squad name before I go look at it? Where we at? Very well said, Sean. It's time for our country to become the United States again. I agree, man. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me, where we at? Yeah, Alex, I want to know what your team name is before I go look at it real quick. I forgot what your team name is. Nocturnal Fish. Welcome back, Nocturnal Fish. What should I do? What should I change in my squad? Thinking of moving around my team and getting KDB. Just joined your league. Thank you. FC Poison. Shout out, every time I hear that Poison song, not the Britney Spears one, but the one from like the 70s or whatever. Every time I hear that song, I think of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, their dance battle they have, and I can't get it out of my head ever. One of my favorite shows of all time, by the way. What would I do with your squad? You got 1 free transfer, and let me see how much you have in the bank. Ooh, you rich. You rich. Dang. You Paris Hilton rich. Let's see, 1.3 mil in the bank. I like Chilwell. I like Cancelo a lot. I've talked about him on the stream. I like him a lot. Just rotation fears. Cresswell. I love Cresswell. I think he's a phenomenal asset, especially with their fixtures coming up. Martinez. So I love your back line. First and foremost, I love your back line. If Cancelo doesn't play, you got Kilman and Konsa. Love your back line. As far as your middies, love Son, but he might have to go. Did you say what you're going to do? You did not say. Or you think about bringing in KDB. I love Salah. I like Zaha. I think he's a good option, especially with a good run of money trees he has. Grealish, Ziyech, big fan. Yeah, so the first thing I would do You got 1.3 mil in the bank. I don't think that's enough to bring in KDB. So you'd have to move another chess piece around. But other than, maybe just bring in Bruno. Maybe that's what you do. Dang. Because I honestly really like your squad. I don't know if there's any faults with it at all. Yeah, I don't know if I would change. Maybe drop Zaha so you could afford KDB, but I don't want to drop Zaha. I like the balance of your squad right now. And you already have Ziyech, you have Grealish, Zaha. Again, I really like your squad. I'm a fan. Maybe roll the transfer. I don't know. The only problem is I don't know how I'd bring in KDB. That's my only concern. Because you would still be like 0.4 short or something like that. Yeah. Other than, again, big fan of your squad. 80 points. There's no coincidence you got 80 points. That's a phenomenal squad you got there. Good week too. Jeez. Bruno or Rashford? I like Bruno more. I know he costs more than Rashford. I think it's worth it. You can make the case that Rashford's cheaper. He still has moments, Rashford, that he looks very dynamic, and you might want to keep him. But for me, Bruno is just Mr. Consistent. You know exactly what you're going to get from every week. He's going to work his tail off. He's going to be involved in almost everything they do. He's on penalties. I like Bruno more. I think it's worth it for that extra 1 point. Is it just 1 mil? Whatever it is, I think it's worth it. Eric says that's smart about picking a club. I completely respect that. Thank you. I think that's what I'm going to do. I really want to wait till I go to a game to really experience the atmosphere. It'd be a bummer if I was. I don't want to throw a bad name. Like, let's say if I like LA Galaxy, and I do, and I went to an LA Galaxy game, and I did, and they're not as, like, how do I put this? LAFC is a lot more fun to go to as far as, like, in MLS. They're a lot more fun games to go to than LA Galaxy games are, in my opinion. It almost seems like LA Galaxy is more of like a family affair, and LAFC is just wild. And so as far as, like, the atmosphere, I almost wish that I was an LAFC fan. So now, like, when I go to Galaxy games, I'm like, I look over, like, when it's El Tráfico, and I watch LAFC fans go crazy. I'm almost jealous of how awesome their atmosphere is. So that's what I'm definitely concerned about. Like, imagine if I go to a Premier League squad that I'm all in on. I go to their city, and their city disappoints me. Their atmosphere isn't that great. Their game time is... So that's kind of what I'm concerned about. Anyway. Sorry I had to go. That was my team. Your team looked really good. I think I talked about it here a little bit ago. But I liked your squad. I mean, names. I hope you were here to hear it. Also, I got bit on my shoulder by a mosquito. What's up? Oh, for real? Dang. We just rescued a kitten, a little feral kitten. And today's the day it's getting adopted out. So I think it's getting adopted out right now. Right now? Well, part of me says that sucks, but part of me is glad that I'm not going to see that because that might hurt my heart a little bit. So, have fun with that. Also, do we have ice cream for later? Are we going to get ice cream for later? All right, back to the stream. So, back to FPL. Thomas says, my team, Martinez, Robbo. Martinez, Love, Robbo. Might be worth dropping down. Chilwell, Love, Kufal, Love. Son might be time to move on, but again, I don't want to say it's like a necessity to move on because he could come away with a hat trick this weekend or in 2 weeks and no one would be surprised because it's Son. But I would personally look to move on from him. Salah, Grealish, Love, Hamas, Love, Bamford producing at that price. Kane, DCL. What would I change? Might get rid of Hamas for Ziyech and Kane to Watkins and Son to KDB. I think if those three are your moves, I really like those moves. Ollie Watkins is performing, period. Villa look really good some weeks, look not as good other weeks, but when they look good, Ollie Watkins is in the middle of it. I love Z. Maybe getting rid of Hamas might be a bit early, but it looks like that's probably going to have to do to be able to bring him in. Kane to Watkins or Son to KDB. Again, I like your moves. I really like them. My only thinking is, could you get away with? I'm trying to see if I can facilitate something. Yeah, I don't know. I really like your moves. Robbo would definitely be on my watch list though in the future, even though he has a good run of fixtures. It's tough. I'll link pronunciation videos from YouTube in your comments after your stream if you want. Yes, please do that, Alex. I would appreciate that. Eric Castillo, very well said, Sean. It's time for our country to become the United States. I agree, man. I just really, it's been so hard for me these last. I don't want to get into that too much, but it's never good to see your friends cry over the government or seeing things that happen. Anyway, I don't want to get into it too much. Again, I just really hope that we can become united and really start listening and really start having love for each other once again, or maybe once. Hopefully this is the rosebud moment in U.S. history, and we become the U.S. that we learned about in school growing up. Anyway, FPL Ibracadabra alert. FPL Ibracadabra. I just pronounced his name Kadaba. Got PT on my brain. Check out his stuff. FPL Ibracadabra just launched a video last week. Super funny intro. Hilarious. Anyway, he had a really good week. I think he got like 70 points too, right? I think he got that. He has Bruno in his squad. Check out his stuff. FPL YouTube content creator, really good dude. And if you want to support someone from Canada, there's your choice, or there's your chance. You got Justin Bieber, you got Drake, and now you got FPL Ibracadabra. There's another name in there too, but I don't want to. My camera. I want to keep it PG for this. Anyway. Ibracadabra, what's up, man? I saw you had a really good week, man. That's awesome. Really good week. What'd you do about? I know you talked about how you brought in Jorginho. Rough. Anyway, Kobe says I've done Bamford to Watkins. I like it, and Hamas to Z. I like that move. I mean, again, I still like Hamas for the future. Bamford to Watkins is a preference. I'm not against that at all. And, dude, I'm just a big fan. I'm a big fan of Hamas and Z, so I'm trying to get them both in my squad at this moment. Maybe move Hamas out in 3 weeks' time, but we'll see. Alex, Chilwell is well worth it. He's putting up cross balls in nonstop, in and around the box all the time. I agree, man. Chilwell he's just so involved in everything. He's just so good. He looked good at Leicester too, but right now his heat map is incredible. The eye test, he passes everything. I think he had... Let me go to his stats real quick. This last week, he had... That ain't Chilwell. That's Chilwell. He's going up in price again, so he'll be $6 million before the night's over. 2 attempted assists again. He had an off night in Burnley, but he still came away with a clean sheet because the defense is looking good. So he's getting about 2.7 attempted assists per game. He had 3 shots on target last match. That's not him. Chilwell is great, man. And their defense is starting to click. Other than that one goal they had against Sheffield. 99 problems, click ain't one. Yeah. Also, Black Album's phenomenal. I don't know what my favorite Jay-Z album is all the time, by the way. I was thinking about that the other day. Because I kind of want to say Black Album because it was more of like a sentimental thing. Because that's one of the... We listened to that all the time. When that came out, on our way to football matches, we had always bumped Black Album. So it's almost... Pick that personally. All right. Owen is 1.88 meters. I got to do the... Let me do a transfer on that real quick. 1.88 meters to inches. My Americanness is coming out. Why is it going to Yahoo? Why going to Yahoo search? I don't want Yahoo search. Whoa. Okay, he's pretty tall, man. The homie is tall. That's not the right one. That's the right one. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. Why can't I full screen it right now? Oh, because I'm using the wrong button. There we go. Man, was I struggling through that moment. I probably lost a lot of viewers. Anyway, he's really tall. He's 19, so he's young. He has been on the bench in recent weeks. He's only played one senior game last season. I watched the U23 games, and always he looks good. The thing that makes me the most happy about him right now, without watching him, is knowing that he's in such a good system. So, like, if you have, from what I've been able to see, that Wolverhampton system really knows how to develop players. Like, they brought on, Troy Ori was good with Barcelona. He was obviously talented as a youngin, but he really came onto his own this last year. Kilman's developed well. They went from the championship to we're about to make it to Europas, or even had a chance to make it to Champions League last season really fast. I just really like what Wolverhampton does as a unit, man. And I think they're really well coached. It seems like they develop well. And so as far as his development and how great he can be without really watching him play too much or, really that much, I'm excited about it. How do I send over my team? You can either put your number in the comment section, or you can just type it into the comments, and I'll be able to help you out, Jimbo. Or I'll be able to talk about it. I don't know how helpful I am, but I can make a good laugh here and there sometimes. There's a lot of benefits to a team having an American superstar because the financial side from the American market will help the American national team a lot. Yeah, look at the women's Manchester United squad. I talked about this before, but Christian Press and Tobin Heath, two American females from the U.S. women's national team, went over to United, and they had they sold more jerseys their first month for United than any men's United player did. And I think it was like before season started for men's, but anyway, that's still a huge accomplishment. There is a big market for American players, but the problem is we just didn't have that much of them for such a long time. And football here in America is getting bigger and bigger. It's the biggest problem right now that we have, among many things. We have too many problems to get into it. That's a long discussion. But yeah, I'm just super excited about the future of U.S. soccer. If there was ever a time for me to be excited about it, it's right now. Gold Diggers SC just joined your mini league. Let's go. Welcome, Gold Diggers. Great name, man. Sounds like one of my exes. All my exes live in Texas. Like I'm George Strait. Game week 8. Drop a 79-pointer on him. Oh, my days. That is phenomenal. Oh, yeah, we talked about this one, right? Did we talk about this one? No, we didn't. I think you wanted me to talk about this one, right? If I'm not mistaken. Papa J, yeah. Oh, yeah, Papa J, yeah. What Premier League fan are you? So I'm assuming you're a Madrid fan, Papa J? So we can get along. We can be one of those, like, mature individuals that get along even though we hate each other's squads. Just kidding. Yeah. Anyway. Visca Barca. I like your squad, man. This is a sweet squad. DCL. Shea Adams is looking good, even without Danny Ings. Harry Kane, obviously, was great. Big decision with Son coming up. Man. Woo, I like your squad. There are some really good squads on this. Chat, man. Oh, I thought you were meeting someone else. I might have. Oh, wait. Just call me your team. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm behind. Yeah, I am. I like your team, man. I don't know if you want me to look at it and then make any changes. I'll go back if you want me to do so. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to look at it or just or comment on any changes. But I like it. I like your squad, and I like your team name a lot too. I got 89 points this week. 89 points, Jimbo. That's huge, man. Congratulations. Weeks like that, man. Weeks like that just make FPL so awesome. That's sick. Congratulations, Jimbo. Sam says, got 73 points with Sun captain. 73 points with the captaincy blank, essentially. I know he got the clean sheet point, but 73 points is huge with a captain blank. Usually, if you get that kind of pointage, you need your captaincy to really haul, or you would like for it to haul. But, man, what a great week for you, Sam. You must have a solid squad. No worries, Nocturnal Fish. No worries. Let's see. Did you comment on it? Oh, yeah, comment on it. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll go back to it. It's common, by the way. Okay, so if I was to comment on that, Fornals definitely scares me having him there. I don't know how much he's worth at this moment. He is 6'4", so you could bring in Jota if you wanted to roll the dice with him. But Fornals is a good player. Ailing on the bench, Killman on the bench. Your bench has enough points there. Love Walker Peters, or I like Walker Peters. Love Martinez. Love Chilwell. I like your back line. I think your back line is sorted. I wouldn't worry about it. How much money do you got in the bank? $2 million in the bank. Oh, all right. I like Rashford. I mean, I'm not the biggest Rashford fan as far as how he's playing at the moment. But I'm a big fan of him off the field. And I think he has a lot of potential. And he has moments where he just, like you saw in PSG or even like, was it 3 weeks ago in FPL? Where he'll just go and haul. And you'd be like, that's the Rashford we want, man. So I like Rashford, especially with his upcoming fixtures. He's a great captaincy option this week. I would probably see if I can... You might have enough funds to go Son to KDB right away. You might have enough funds to go from Son to KDB. That's probably what I would do this week. I know KDB does play Tottenham, but I just... De Bruyne is a fun... Dude. That dude is phenomenal, man. Yeah, as far as your squad, again, I really like it. I think the only thing I'd be worried about is having Fornals. Maybe you could even drop like Son to Ziyech and use that funds to upgrade Fornals to like maybe Jack Grealish or Zaha or something like that, and you could have a really well-balanced squad. But that's just me being super picky. I like it. I think you have a lot of solid foundational players here on your squad, and moving forward, I think it looks really good. The biggest questions I would have is what are you going to do with Rashford? What are you going to do with Son? And really, that's it. I mean, again, Fornals, but it all depends what you do with the other guys, right? Like the team a lot. And also, congrats on the 79 points. That's sick. Ooh, where are you at? Will you replace Robertson, and with who? I am going to replace Bravo. He is off my squad this week. It all depends on my camera's about to go off. Heads up for anyone who's got it. There you go. Take a drink. Anyone who's got... It all depends on what I'm going to do. I really want to bring in Ziyech badly, and I really want to bring in KDB. So those two guys are definitely on my radar, but it's obvious I'd have to take like a minus 8, 12 hit to do so. I have 2 free transfers. My plan right now is to drop Robbo to maybe Joao Cancelo, maybe even like Kyle Walker-Peters and save a ton of cash, and switch out Son for Ziyech. And really watch the City Spurs game, like, was super intense, right? So if Kane doesn't do well in that match, it's an easy swap to KDB. You know, I would take a -4 to do it, whatever, because his fixtures get so good. If I go Joao Cancelo, I could still afford to go Son to KDB this week. So I could do Robbo and Son to KDB, but I want Ziyech in my team badly. And so I could drop Robbo down to like a 4.5. Let me experiment with it real quick. Let me show you guys. So Robbo out, Son out, and I'll go see if it's just De Bruyne, and I've already been done some tinkering right here. I can see. Let's go to when the Saints come marching in. Walker Peasy, and I would have 0.9 in the bank. I could go. Yeesh. I could drop DCL and bring in Ziyech. I don't know if I would like to do that. I could remove Hamas and go to Ziyech in a couple weeks. For sure, this is what I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna go back to City. Whoop dee scoop. Whoop dee whoop whoop. Scoop diddy whoop whoop. For anyone who's just coming on and you hear me doing the scoop diddy whoop, I guess that's what to expect from my for my channel a little bit. Let's see. I could go KDB right here, right now. But I could do this. It would leave me 3.4 mil in the bank if I have this squad. So the question from here is, how do I fit KDB into the squad? I could take out Kane next week, and I would go, and I'll drop out Basuma and bring in back to City. I know let me see. It's hard to talk. It's hard to do this real fast and talk at the same time. I would still have 7 mil in the bank left over, so I could even go super bench depth. Go to my forwards at that price range. I don't know. Let's go Shea Adams. Shea Adams would be first on my bench, and I could have a squad that looks something like that. I don't know. It's off the top of my head. I haven't really thought about it, but I'm definitely planning on getting rid of Robbo and bringing in maybe Joao Cancelo. Like, there are a lot of good defenders around that price. If I go to just price real quick, I could bring in... never mind. I could bring in... That's crazy that Zinchenko and Cancelo are the same price. I still have Kilman on my bench. I could bring in, like, a Cresswell. I could bring in... I don't want Maguire or Wan-Bissaka. Maybe Bellerin. Again, Cresswell maybe Gabrielle. Got Vanessa Hudgens on the brain. Something like that. I don't know. Just off the top of my head. I keep going into it, but I feel like my stream. I'm not talking enough on my stream, so it'd be something like that. As of right now, I'm planning on dropping him to Joao Cancelo, but I have 2 weeks to figure this out. Something like that. I don't know. Who would you suggest I drop him for? Because again, Man City have the best expected goals against in the Prem right now, and Joao Cancelo is averaging like a massive 3 attempted assists per match as a defender. It's just, is he going to start consistently? And he started 4 games in a row. What's up, James? Do you remember Freddie Adu? Oh. Do you think he was overhyped when he was too young? Freddie Adu will... I don't want to say anything bad about Freddie Adu, because it wasn't his fault. I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it, but all I'll say is, as I pour water, hopefully this isn't too loud, I'll put it away from my microphone. All I remember about... One of my biggest memories about Freddie Adu is he was, I think, one of the first posters I had in my room as a kid. He was definitely my first football poster. I remember having it. I got it in like a Sports Illustrated magazine. If you guys are familiar with that, Freddie Adu was supposed to be the dude. At 14 years old, he was heralded as the best American youngster. He came. It was like the first pick in the MLS draft. He won a MLS Cup right away, and he just disappeared. He's actually the same age as me, if I'm not mistaken. And he just never panned out at all. He never. It's just sad, man. Expectations were so high on him. That's why when I had like Pulisic come up, a lot of people were hyped on him. It was hard for me to join in on the hype, just because I've been down that road, and it was just. It's not a fun one. He was so good as a youngin'. I don't know what happened. Yeah, no worries, Thomas. Glad to help. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely remember Freddie Adu. Definitely remember Freddie Adu. FPL Cadaver says you a legend. I don't know if I'm a legend, but I appreciate the comment, man. Finished with 78. Yeah, I played Jorginho and Frank benched him again. Yeah, 1 point cameo. That's rough. Not fussed, though, because Kilman nailed a 1 point or 2. Yeah, with that yellow. 2 free transfers in the bank. So you're set up. You're good. There are a lot of good options around Jorginho's price. If I'm not mistaken, I think right before I jumped on the stream, I think I saw that you had a 3 transfer plan right now. Were you planning a -4? Yeah, that Jorginho thing hurts. And you're not alone. A lot of people did that Jorginho move. It looked good, but now he's off penalties. Ooh. And he's falling out of favor. Brian, who would you pick? Wilson, Adams, or Bamford? Oh. That's tough. I like them all. I think they're all really good options. Let me just make sure. I want to see what Wilson's run of fixtures is here in a little bit. Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Villa, West Brom. Decent. I think off the top of my head, I'd probably say I kind of want to lean towards Wilson because he is on penalties, but Brian, I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough decision. I can make a case for any of them being number one. Bamford is consistently in great opportunities to score. Leeds do really well getting forward and having a lot of shots off in the box. They create a lot for him. Shea Adams, I'd probably put Shea Adams at number one at this moment. I don't know. That's too tough for me to call. And you know what? I'm not going to take the easy way out. I'll go ahead and answer that question. This isn't anything set in concrete. This is just at the moment on a Sunday. Knee-jerking. I'm probably going to go... If they're all the same... this is FPL-wise. Adams, Wilson, Bamford. I don't know. I could switch those around any day, but let's see. What's up? What's up, Sierra and Kennedy? Saiss seems like an obvious transfer out. Do you think he will get back into the team? I've had plenty of options at the back, so I could just stay patient. For me personally, I would move on from Saiss. Now, could he come back in the starting lineup? Absolutely. There's no question, in my opinion, he can. I don't think the competition is over. I don't think Kilman's won it off just yet. But if I look at their matches, they have Southampton next, and Southampton don't have Danny Ings, so that is favorable. but look at their schedule after that. Arsenal. I mean, I know Arsenal aren't that good moving forward, but they're still Arsenal. Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea. A good match in Burnley, but then Tottenham and United. So really, out of that, there's only a couple games I would even want to start Seiss. And at 5.3, 5.2, whatever he's at right now, I just don't see myself investing that much cash in someone I'm not going to start week in and week out. So for me, if I had Seiss, it's never the right time to say goodbye, but we know that we got to go our separate ways. In the infamous words of Chris Brown. For me personally. But again, he could come back in the team, and I wouldn't be surprised. Moldy's here. Moldy's a huge Wolves fan. Oh, and he went ahead and talked about it. Sweet. He says, I don't think so for Seiss, not unless Kilman messes up badly. He got booked and conceded a penalty today, but he also made a great block. Also, that penalty today was pretty rough for him to give. But it was still a penalty, yes. But you heard it from Wolverhampton supporter. So that means a lot more than something I would say. I would trust Moldy's words more than I would trust mine. But for me, I would personally move on from Seiss, because again, even if he gets that starting rollback, that's a very tough run of fixtures. But then again, Wolverhampton do very well defensively. Wolverhampton are a good squad. I'm a big fan of Wolverhampton. Chilwell should have had a brace, but what a save by Ramsdale. Yeah, oh. Incredible save, man. Yeah, I'm such a big Chilwell fan at this moment. Chilwell is so good. Ziyech could have scored today. Egan saved his team with a diving header. It was I gotta rewatch that highlight. Yeah, dude, Z looks so good. Both Z and Chilwell are on the top of my if I was to make like a list of who I would want to bring in if I was starting all over, they would be at the top. Near the top for sure. Why did I ignore my long message from 18 minutes ago? Did I really? No. For real? Let me go back to it. 18 minutes ago. 18 minutes ago, you commented this at 3:12, so it would have been bit 4:2. Let me go back. I apologize, D-Production. I hate missing people's comments. I did comment on it, right? Is this the one? Oh, wait, no. It would have been later. I don't see a comment. The only comment that I saw, the only comment I see from you, D-Production, is the you had 66 this week, solid weekend. I kept Jess on my bench. I think I talked about that one though. I think I talked about how you made. I feel like you made the right choice, but just unfortunate. Is that the one? No? I talked about that one, right? Is there another comment I'm missing? I hope not. I apologize, D-Production, if not. I hate missing messages. Period. If I miss a comment, I'll go back and read through them real quick, and I'll make sure I hit it. I apologize. Kobe says, "Bye, mate. Gotta go." Kobe, thank you so much for coming in, man. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for joining and being so interactive. And I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll see you guys again till I won't be making a team selection video for like another week or so. So hopefully you have a great week and a half or so. Thank you so much for showing up. You're probably already gone by now, but anyway, thank you. Reece James will play if we are going on an attack mode, but if big size defensive formation, it will be Aspie. So that's actually pretty good information. So if you're playing a lower end squad, Reece James is the good play. Yeah, but that's just so tough, man. I'm just a big Reece James fan. I hope but again, Azpilicueta's earned his minutes. And I talked about Moldy's comments there a little bit ago. Brian says, "Can you give me tips on my team? I'm recently joined in league. BP11 is the name. Great is the game." Yeah, let me get to it real quick. Make sure I didn't miss D Production's comment about it. Yeah, I don't. Again, I hope I didn't miss your comment, D Production. I feel really bad. Where are we at? Recently joined. It's BP11. Let me go to it. Boyna Park. Are you from Boyna Park? That would be crazy. Are you from California? Brian Sullivan. 72 points. Another big week. Let's see. Zuma I like. Konsa I like. Kufa I like. You're doubling up on Villa defense. Brave. But they got a good run of fixtures. Worth it. You got Grealish. I love. Salah I love. Son, you're going to have a decision here with Son with their fixtures flipping. Interested to hear what you would like to do for that one. Zaha. I like Zaha. DCL, I'm a fan of DCL. Kane, big fan. Vardy, great pick on Vardy. Unfortunately, he missed that penalty. You could have come away with a huge day. You would have come away with, I don't want to rub it in the mid-80s. Let's see. Your bench coming away with a big donut. Man, I want a donut right now. 1.4 mil in the bank. So you have enough money in the bank to maybe switch Son out for Bruno if you really chose. You could bring in a Chelsea midfielder. You could upgrade defense a little bit. You could maybe upgrade Zaha to Ziyech. You could downgrade Kane. I don't know. I would like to keep Kane personally for the time being. I don't know. I really like your squad. Honestly, I think if you have Vardy, I don't know if I go out of my way. I keep scratching a mosquito bite. I don't know if I go out of my way to pick up Vardy, but if I had Vardy, I would not let him go. I would continue to have him in my squad. The only thing, maybe find a way to bring in. Maybe you could find a way to bring in a City asset like KDB or Sterling, or even you could maybe go for Jesus. I don't know if I would go for them personally, but you could Jesus or Aguero. Maybe you find a way to get into one of the Manchester sides with Bruno Fernandes for Son, or find a way to get KDB in for Son, Sterling for Son. Maybe you could try to find a way to get a Chelsea midi in with Zaha out. But other than that, I really like your the foundation your squad brings. A really solid squad. Sure, comment please. Oh yeah, I did. I'm a Bayern fan, by the way. Oh, you're a Bayern fan? Even worse, man. Oh. Papa J, 8-2. 8-2. That was one of the most humiliating. I hope that helped, by the way, Brian. I'll go deeper in your squad if you really want me to, but off the top of my head, I think that's what I would do. Try to bring in a Chelsea mid or a City or United player. You got a points. Shoot. Whoop, whoop. That's a sound of bodies. I keep doing that one. 99 probs, click anyone. Oh, yeah, you already said that. Bayern fan. Oh. That was one of the most embarrassing moments. Yeah, thank you for showing up, Nocturnal Fish. I appreciate that. Wilbur, thank you for showing up. Have a good night's rest and have a great Monday. Both of you guys, thank you so much for showing up to the stream. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have a great week. And again, I will be creating a Discord if you guys want to join, like a Discord group conversation kind of thing. Going back to... Oh, your defense situation? I didn't see a defense situation. Defense situation. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Deep production. What time do you think it was? Or what time do you think you sent it at? Let me see. I see that Adu is at... Yeah, I'll go to that one in a second. Let's see. Deep production. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Jason's passing, I'm homebound. Cause I need you. And I miss you. And now I wonder. Now I see the 66.1. I see that comment there. I don't see another comment unless it was deeper into the conversation. I don't see the comment. Am I missing it? I don't see it. What other song should I sing while I look for his comment? Deep production. I don't see your comment, Deep production. I apologize. I'm trying to go through the comments real quick and I don't see it. Can you comment your team? I'll definitely go through your defensive situation real quick. All I see your comment is I had the 66 this week, solid weekend, and I see making my way downtown, going back to the same song, and I see the why did you ignore my comment? I don't see one. I don't see your comment. I'll go to it real quick. I'll go to your comment. I'll go to your team real quick in a minute here, Alex. I'm gonna go to deep production because I missed it. Let's see. On my defense, I have Robbo, Chilwell, Castagna, Justin, Kilman. Very solid list. I might even, off the top, let me read the rest of it real quick. I'm using only 3 defenders. I'm thinking to replace Robertson, but for who? Doherty looks nice, but I already have Kane and Son. To be completely honest, I might just drop Robbo down to a £4 million defender if I were you. Because Chilwell for me is going to play week in and week out. If Castagna is back and healthy, he's playing week in and week out for me. Then you have Justin and Kilman. Until Ricardo Pereira is back, Justin's going to continue to be in that squad. And Kilman seems to be nailed onto that, or at least has a good position, a good spot at that squad. So you could try to go Robbo, maybe like Walker Peters, and really float around a little bit. But with your players you have, I might drop them down to either a 4.5 mil or just a 4 mil in general, and save that 2.6 mil in cash, and really go somewhere else with it. Because again, I like Chilwell a lot, and I think Castagna provides a lot going forward, and Lesser are good defensively when all healthy. And with Justin and Kilman to rotate, you can even again throw in Kyle Walker Peters if you want to rotate, and save 2.6 to really fund somewhere else. If you want to go really strong in defense, you could try to look at maybe like Joao Cancelo or Telles if he's healthy. Maybe go for an Arsenal defender in that order from Cancelo. Maybe Diaz. If you want more stability, you can even go Kyle Walker if you're not worried about spending so much money. But that's something I would look at those two options. Either going with Joao Cancelo or Diaz. Or the other options I said, Telles or like Bellerin, something like that, and really have Chilwell, Castagna, and say Joao Cancelo, and those three. And if one of those, like if Joao Cancelo doesn't play, you have James Justin coming in perfectly fine. You have Kilman coming in perfectly fine, and so you have a lot of options there, and that would save you 2.6 million cash that you could really rotate out and try to bring in like a KDB or something. Hopefully that helps. That's what I would do. My camera went out. Let's see, going back in time a little bit. Bayern fan, yeah. I'm so upset about that whole thing. Also, I'm so jealous of... I just love Bayern squad, man. I'm so jealous of Bayern squad. You guys are so good. You think you're going to win it again this year? Kieran, what's up, Kieran? Watkins in 100%. Villa fixtures so good. Villa's fixtures are great. Ollie Watkins is looking really good. I'm with you. I think if I didn't have Jack Grealish, or my chair is squeaking. If I didn't have Jack Grealish, and I think I have Steer on my bench too. I made that mistake, so I can't triple up. I have Martinez in goal. But dude, Ollie Watkins is the top of my radar. I'm finding a way to bring him in. Maybe I'll still find a way. But if I didn't have to rotate out a 4 million keeper, I would for sure find a way to bring in Ollie Watkins for sure. All right, going back to Alex's squad. I agree with you 100%, Kieran. Going back to Alex's squad real quick, looking at his. Let's see how much money you have in the bank real quick. You got nothing in the bank. You got good team value, and you don't have a free transfer. You use a triple captaincy chip on Kane. That worked. Okay, Seiss has to go because Dunn isn't playing. Ferguson's out. Also, I think I saw Nathaniel Klein played this weekend, so Seiss has to go. The good thing about Seiss is you have a lot of money in that, so you can afford to go down and save some money. Like again, Kyle Walker Peters, and maybe Taylor for Burnley. Top of my head, you could even go. You could try to find a go to Castagna if he's healthy. Telles, Joao Cancelo. Moral of the story is I would get rid of Seiss. I didn't realize my hat was so high, man. I would get rid of Seiss first off. But I don't know if I get Cancelo because you don't have any bench players coming on for him. So you need someone more consistent. Big fan of your midfield. Maybe find a way to get rid of Son at this moment with his fixtures, but you could hold on to him because anything can happen in any day. Anyone can score. Martial scares me personally. I don't know if I would hold on to Martial for much. He's got West Brom, so I'll give Martial a week because he's got West Brom. And he could come away with a brace. He could come away with a goal and an assist. Who knows? Right now, my biggest fire I would do if I were you, Alex, is take out Seiss for somebody else and try to come up with a game plan for Son, what to do with him, and come up with a game plan for what to do with Hamas in 4 game weeks time. But in order, Seiss has to go. Keep an eye on Martial and Son. Hopefully that helps, Alex. I'll go in deeper if you want me to. But yeah, that's what I would do. Let's see. D Production says the dude is African. I wouldn't be surprised if he was 20 years old at age of 14. Shout out. What's that? Was that off of Benchwarmers? Where he's like, I am 13. Maybe that's one of the reasons. I don't know, man. It's tough, dude. Freddie Adu is just so. It just hurts seeing Freddie Adu and what happened to his career. He was heralded as, like, I don't want to say, I was young, so maybe I'm kind of blowing things out of proportion because I was like 13 at the time. But it was almost heralded like he was going to be the next like Michael Jordan of soccer for us. Currently, FPL Ibracadabra. Once again, check out his channel. Go subscribe to FPL Ibracadabra. Check out his videos. He says he's currently thinking Sun out, KDB in. Love that. Jimenez out, Watkins in. Love that. Deal with Jorginho after game week 9. Yeah, I'm not against that. I mean, you could. I mean, yeah. It would be rough to take out Jorginho for -4 for the player you'd be able to bring in at his price range. Because you bring in, like, if you brought in Diogo Jota, he might not play and he could get a 1 point, and you just gone down a lot. Anyway, I love your 2 moves of Son and Jimenez out for Watkins and KDB. Big fan of that. Big fan. Dang, that's good. Good move. Got a question, Kieran says. I'm taking Trent out, but who should I replace him with? I have Chilwell, and I'm leaning towards James or Kufal. Leaning towards Kufal, so I have 1 spot left for future Chill. Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, I like James, Justin, but I think Kufal is better for the long run. Cause I don't know when. Are you talking? No, you're not talking Reece James. You're talking James Justin. I don't know when Ricardo Pereira is going to come back, so it'd be hard for me to bring him in at this moment in time. And Kufal has a good run of fixtures for quite some time, so I'm not against that at all. I think that's what I would do as well for Trent. I mean, you could go a little bit more expensive to get a bit more stability defensively, but I think Kufal is a solid option. Solid option for Trent replacement. It gives you so much money to spend somewhere else too. Ziyech. Yes, but using a transfer on a defender is not a priority, especially with this international break, possible injuries. Yeah, I definitely wait on international break. You don't want to transfer in, like, I think last time a lot of people transferred in KDB, and then he got hurt, like, 10 days into international break, and a lot of people had to take a -4 to bring him out. So yeah, I would definitely hold on transfers. Prices aren't going to fluctuate after tonight or tomorrow. They're going to really stay consistent. It's going to be a bit boring on the FPL Twitter front as far as price ranges go. So I would hold out for that. But yeah, I agree with you, Ziyech. Let's go back to the days when I was a teenager, before I had status and before I had a pager. Got that one. Did that help, Alex? Yeah, no worries, Alex. Bro, suggesting as you were on about... actually, I'll go to that one in a minute. Let's see. Brian Sullivan says, thanks for the tips. I have big plans to come. Awesome. I can't wait to hear them. Honestly, I don't know if you want to share them because he might be a bit of keep him close to the vest, like a pep roulette kind of a thing. But I can't wait to hear how you do, man. Hopefully you have some great green arrows. And thanks. And he also says, good stream. Thank you so much. Hopefully you have a great week. Great 2 weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess. I'll be streaming when's the deadline? Is it a Friday? Saturday. So I'll be streaming on Friday, about 6 o'clock London time. Thank you so much for showing up, Brian. And thanks for being active. I appreciate all you guys, man. Let's see. I talked about deep production. Yeah, Doherty does look nice, though. Doherty, but it's just the fixtures for me that are rough. He's starting to look like the Wolverhampton Doherty that we saw. He came away with that assist today, which is very good. Very good for owners. All right, let's see. Eric Castillo. Maybe Doherty. Maybe I'm overlooking Doherty. No, I think I'd rather have Reguilon than Doherty, just for price purposes. Anyway, I hope that helped deep production. Eric Castillo says, what do you think of Spurs All or Nothing documentary? I'm curious to know which Prem team Amazon will follow next. Do they do that every season? I heard they did one with Leeds a couple seasons ago, and Leeds fans, from what I was talking about with somebody on Twitter, it was a hard watch at the end for Leeds supporters. I've only watched like 3 episodes of All or Nothing, but it was just so awesome. I just love being able to see the behind the scenes stuff, get to see what they do at practice, get to be able to see kind of how they function as professional athletes. So I liked it a lot. I started going towards more of The Wire and Fresh Prince, and I really got to finish that documentary. At the end of the day, Jose Mourinho is fantastic television. Fantastic television. My chair is squeaking way too much too, huh? Bro, I have Jack too. Triple Villa with Martinez now. Oof. Yeah. It's funny because after the Liverpool match, a lot of people went triple Villa. And then for like 2 weeks after that, was it 2 weeks after that? Let me just double check my statistics. Yeah, for 2 weeks after that, everyone was saying, haha, all these people who tripled up on Villa are looking stupid now. That's Key and Peele shout out there. So they're saying Triple Villa isn't looking so good anymore. And then they go against Southampton and Arsenal, and they look really good again. And so Triple Villa has been pretty effective if you've had it for a while. Big fan of the Triple Villa. I mean, Grealish is great value. Martinez is great value. Ollie Watkins is great value. Ross Barkley is great value. Yeah, Triple Villa. Who would have thought at the beginning of the season that Triple Villa would be a hot commodity? Not me. What's that from? Anyway, Alex. Yeah, I got Keane from Everton for Sice. I like that move. Okay, so you did replace. That's right. We talked about that earlier in the stream. So you replaced Sice for Keane. Keane has 3 really good fixtures coming up. He should keep a clean sheet against Fulham, potentially against Leeds. Leeds are still pretty good defensively, and he just looking at the paper side of it, the Dunder Mifflin paper side of it, he has 2 really good opportunities to come away with a clean sheet in Keane. So I really like that pickup for Everton, or picking up Keane from Everton for Sice. I like that. Kieran, I just brought in Watkins, never wasting a transfer on a keeper. It's so hard to waste a transfer on a keeper. I only do it if I'm on wildcard, or if I have like 2 free transfers. I don't know what to do. I'm super complicit with my squad, which I never am, and so it's just hard to waste money on a keeper. Alex says, bro, a suggestion as you were on about video ideas last week would be watching a game, doing live stream, say the game of your captain or something in the future. I would love to do that. I think Wilbur went to bed now, but I would love. I didn't know live streaming games was a thing until like I started YouTubing. I mean, I've always been interested to do it. The only problem is if you look at the time of these games, like the Newcastle Chelsea. If you could zoom in, California time, that Chelsea Newcastle game's on at 4:30 in the morning, and the Spurs City game is on at 9:30, and usually my Saturdays are pretty busy. But I would love to do that, man. So I usually have to I'll usually have to go back and rewatch the games like 3 hours later. But I would love to do that, man. That would be so fun. I don't know if you guys would want to watch me watching a soccer or a football match though. I don't know how excited I would be. I don't know if I could keep good stream content up. Maybe I could. Maybe I'll do that for a Champions League game, like a Barcelona match. I'll do it, and you guys could really see just the 52 personalities that Sean the Don has watching a Barcelona match. But that'd be sweet, man. I would love to do that. Maybe that's what I do in the future. Kieran says, nice. Cheers, bro. I'll keep Kufal. We'll drop a sub, too. Keep up the grind, man. Thank you so much. Grinding all my life. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I guess we're kind of wrapping up here. I've caught up to the comments, which usually is a sign of wrapping up or wrap things up. But we'll see. Yeah, I'll wrap things up here in a little bit. Get into the last few questions. For everyone who's still here, again, thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate everyone's activity on here and showing up to the stream. We've had a lot to talk about, and I appreciate you guys, man. Hope you had a green arrow. If not, you have a chance next week to get a green arrow. Let's see. Alex says people tune in to the type of videos a lot. Do they really? Yeah, the most random people get loads. Seriously, maybe I should do that. Should I do this? Some people don't even talk much in there, so you'd be fine. The time zone issue is a nightmare. The time zone issue, like, look at this week. Oh, you don't can see it. The worst thing is if you could see here, it doesn't show it yet. Why doesn't it show it yet? Maybe because I haven't figured. Anyway, like the 4:30 match for Chelsea Newcastle, if it's on like a streaming service called Peacock, then I can't record it, and so I have to wake up at 4:30 if I want. There we go. Anyway, my stream is crashing, isn't it? It is my stream then. It's not my phone. I thought it was my phone. It makes sense why everyone's leaving right now. Get out of here. Yeah, my stream is bugging up, so I'm definitely gonna have to end it up here if it continues crashing. So yeah, I guess we'll end it here-ish if it's gonna continue bugging. I'll end up with the last comment from Alex. I think it's because there's like a couple of people streaming a game on YouTube, so you're top of the algorithm, and people like listening to an alternative to radio, and plus the FPL. That's good. Hey, you know what, Alex? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna. I'll talk about it So I'll live stream on Friday. On Friday at when I do the normal deadline transfer thing, and I'll ask people again when there's more people, because there's only like 5 people here right now because the stream's crashing and it's super late at night in the UK. And I'll ask people if they want me to stream on that Spurs City, because you're right. I won't be having to fight off the Let's Talk FPL and the FPL family and the FPL mates for streaming wars. Anyway, but yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That'd be sweet. Eric Castillo, thank you so much for showing up, man. I know you've been super busy at work. Hopefully it's a great week for you this week, man. And hopefully, yeah, I'll get the Discord going, and we really got to get a game of FIFA in. Alex, thank you. Thank you so much, Alex. That means a lot, man. Appreciate everybody. Thanks everyone for showing up. Is it Kin? Anyway, sorry again. We're rescuing feral kittens here all the time. Is she outside? Of course she is. Everyone just joined the FPL stream, and here I am talking about us rescuing feral kittens. Anyway, everyone, I wish you guys the best over international break. Thank you everyone for showing up to the stream and being so active. Another great week at FPL, man. A lot of decisions to make here in the next 2 weeks going into the future. But maybe it's time that, or best we take a little bit of a fresh breath of fresh air. Sometimes I can't talk after 2.5 hours. Don't laugh. Yeah, thank you everyone so much. I think we'll keep it there. Take some time out of your day to make someone laugh, smile. I don't know. Make sure I'm caught up in my comments. And everyone have a great international break, and let's see if Christian Pulisic can be Captain America this next week. Yeah, I'll see you guys on team selection video in a week and a half or so. And swoop. Listen to some Lupe Fiasco this week. Did I say that last week? Who else should I do? I did Lupe Fiasco last week. Who should I comment this week? Outkast. Anyway, listen to Andre 3000. Thank you everyone for showing up, man. Have a great week.